Ladies and gentlemen, last night it was all quiet on the Sportswire radio front. For a rare change, not a sound was heard. But I can assure you, tonight you'll certainly hear sounds, and sounds like maybe you haven't heard like no other, from a man that calls himself the real deal. And he's going to give us a lot of real talk from his vantage point when it comes to the world of all forms of wrestling that we cover. He's going to talk about some companies that he worked for, maybe that have three initials. He's going to talk about some names that he's wrestled. He's going to talk about some names that maybe, well, you've heard quite a bit of here on Sportswire Radio. Maybe he's met him, maybe he hasn't. But I can assure you that this will be one for the ages. In fact, it's so much for the ages here, very similar to when a one and only Necro Daddy came on to Sportswire Radio, of course, our very beloved UK independent wrestling star, where we basically had to put a disclaimer on tonight's show. So I'm going to basically advise you, as your master of ceremonies and as your host, if you want to tune in, prepare to enjoy, or maybe not enjoy, depending on whose expense you might be at. But also, if you certainly may not want to tune in, this is your disclaimer that this might be a Sportswire radio show that you might want to skip, especially when it comes to this man. Some love him, some hate him. But, ladies and gentlemen, you can't deny the fact that the real deal Anthony Steele, time and time again, when he steps out there in the ring, whether it's in the yard, whether it's in the indies, whether it's in the underground, or everywhere else in between, has always been, pound for pound, one of the best out there in the ring. As I continue to say many times over on Sportswire Radio, he is more or less our Shawn Michaels of the backyard, in terms of maybe you didn't like his attitude or maybe you did. But you can't deny the fact that Anthony Steele, the real deal, not only brought out the best in himself, but also in his opponents, time and time again that he was in the ring. But tonight, Anthony Steele isn't going to talk about so much what he's up to in the ring. We're going to save that for next Sunday when he gets inducted finally into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. But today, it's about whatever Anthony Steele wants to say. And I'll also put it out there. If you want to say something, you're welcome to in the chat. And if you're welcome to agree, disagree, maybe you even want your chance to talk with the real deal, Anthony Steele. But ladies and gentlemen, as I state many times in our ceremonies to induct many of our Hall of Famers that Anthony Steele knows when it comes to the world of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, I could go on and on and on about our guest tonight, but I'm going to let him go and do some of the on and on and on and on over the next hour or so. But before I do that, it's time to give him that introduction that he deserves. Even though he's been on here many times of late in the last month, he actually hasn't been able to kick off a show or actually be the featured guest, kind of like many ways a Saturday Night Live episode that you see. So it's time for him, because it's been many, many months since he's gotten that introduction, and you know that James Taylor has gotten it more times than it can count. You know that Omen Black and Soldier GP have gotten it many more times than it can count. It is Omen's show, after all. You know that DJ Walbert's gotten this introduction before Anthony Steele has recently. You know that Justin Parsley has gotten it many, many more times since Anthony Steele has been on this show. Maybe even the likes of the Atomic Titan have gotten that introduction many more times since Anthony Steele has been back, last as a featured guest. Josh Fletcher, he's certainly got it a few times. Josh Allen, am I missing anybody? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right to it, because he wants to speak and the world wants to hear it. So let's get right to it live on Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters and we let all voices speak, especially those here, for those that do it here in this sport that we love time and time again. So with that, Sports Report. Number one global sports show, the one and only, pound for pound, maybe the best in ring competitor in the yard, the underground, and in the independents. His name is the real deal. Anthony Steele. My friend, long time, technically no speak as a featured guest.
Oh yeah, and I think it's the right time to come back. 24th is going to be a great night for me, but tonight's not going to be a great night for a lot of people.
What do you mean it's not going to be a great night for a lot of people?
'Cause I got some things to get off my chest. Now let's put a disclaimer around here, guys. This is what we're going to call an unsanctioned sports radio, which means anything that's said by me.
It's almost going to be like, do you remember when Raw, I think it was right before COVID and then during COVID, where they kind of had like those underground, like unsanctioned fights for a period? I think Shane McMahon was involved in that. Remember that? It's almost going to kind of be like tonight almost.
Yeah. Anything I say is not going to be held against Tom Bryce. So if y'all got a problem with what I got to say, don't come to Tom Bryce. Come to me. My DMs are open. And if we're gonna talk about DMs being open, we're gonna start with none other than C2K.
C2K. I mean, C2K is the Sportzwire Radio Hall of Famer. I mean, what would you like to say about C2K? Because, you know, C2K is a friend of the show, but what would you like to say about C2K?
C2K, I'm going to say this. Y'all about to see what a real heel Anthony Steele is. So, C2K, let it be known. You run your mouth a little too damn much.
He wants to match with Omen Black. I mean, he wants to apparently wrestle with Craven Rage against Omen Black. This.
I'm putting you in the category with Craven Rage. You claim to be this long-tier veteran, this dude that has been doing this for so long, but your matches kind of show like something my 2-year-old niece would put on.
Now, okay, God, tell us why. Tell me why.
Because, like, with all due respect, Tom.
Okay.
You know, C2K, you say you can do all these things. You issue challenges to a lot of people.
Right.
But those matches never happen. And then when the matches do come out that you do produce, it's like, are you really a 30-year vet? Or are you someone that grabbed a phone, hit record, had your buddy start moving around, and just record you doing what you think is wrestling that you watch on TV?
Now, you obviously have done a lot in this sport. What would put, and I do have a comment, and it sounds like C2K apparently wants to talk to you. Now, first of all, would you like to speak to C2K?
I want to say what I got to say.
I
don't think C2K is ready to hop on Sportzwire Radio with Anthony Steele tonight. I'm going to be dead ass.
Okay.
Because then when we talk about C2K, we can't leave out Zach Attack, right?
Yeah.
Zach Attack. Because you want to dick ride Zach.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What I mean by dick ride Zach Attack. C2K, when Zach has a problem, when Zach has been trained by multiple guys, me by myself trained him 6 different fucking times. Took the time out of my day to help this dude. And all he can do is do the same 5 moves he's done for the past 7 years. There's no training him at that point. There's no helping him at that point. And let it be known, because if you want to call cap on any of this, C2K, I have my phone right here. I can do the voicemails that I've gotten from Zach, where y'all are opening a company just so he can win a world title whenever he wants.
What do you mean by that? That's interesting. Would you want to speak more on that? Because I don't know anything about that.
Because Zach's all talking out of his ass like he always does, where he says, me and C2K is going to get a ring. I'm going to be manager, but I can win a world title whenever I want. So I'm going to win a world championship because nowhere else will give me a world title. See, this is where things differ, man.
Mm-hmm.
The art of backyard wrestling used to be where a group of guys, a group of friends can come together, have a fucking blast, put on a show for the world to fucking see. Whether it is 10 subscribers, 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, or 10,000 subscribers. And just do what they love to do without all this bullshit. And I'm reading your comments. If I do it, they'll.
I was gonna read him out. I was actually gonna read him out first.
I got you, Tom. Like I said, I don't. At this point, tonight is the night for me to say something that way no one can hold it against you.
No. And you know what? Listen, we had Necro Daddy on a couple times, and I'm gonna put it out there for those that watched or didn't watch, because a lot of people did on the other side of the world. When I had him on, there were people that said, you shouldn't bring Necro Daddy on because, he said things or he's done things. And I always say it, he's entitled to speak just as much as you're entitled to speak. Now, obviously, if somebody would like to disagree and they can tell us, obviously, they're welcome to do that. But, you are here and you're just as important as everybody else. And, you're entitled to your also abilities to speak, and you're also in the business. Now, I don't have anything against Zach and C2K. He's been on here many times. Love C2K, but it's not about me. It's about what you say, because you're the one that's been in this sport a long time. You're the guy that's been in NGPW. You're the guy that's been in TBW and what goes on. But, why would you say, though? I'm curious first. In C2K has said he's been doing this since 91. He's been in Puerto Rico. He's had all these championships. What, from your vantage point, that tells you that he's not really a wrestler? Why would you say, from your vantage point?
The product. Everyone needs to understand, when you claim to be a wrestler, your product speaks for you. See, because anyone can come on here and say they're a wrestler. Tom, you can walk on here and say you're a wrestler. You're a professional. You're an indie wrestler.
Well, I would have the self-dignity not to do that. I think I stick to my lane. But I understand where you're coming from.
Anyone can say there's something. I can say I'm a magician. I can say I'm an actor. I can say I'm a mechanic. I can say I'm a shoe designer. I can say I'm all these things.
You might be a mechanic, though.
But, the thing about it is,
the
proof is in the pudding, homie.
Right.
Statements are statements. Facts are facts. A statement can be made by anybody. A fact can be proven.
Mm-hmm.
And C2K, your fact that you've been wrestling since 91, and you've been all around these places, dude, you're clickbait. That's what you are. You're someone who wants to start a feud with someone, get a little bit of attention, but then never capitalize. Or when you do go to capitalize, you're kind of like Mason Black. Or you're kind of like Atomic Titan. Or you're kind of
Atomic Titan, I would say, it does have, a lot of abilities in the ring.
A little bit. I'll give him that.
You wrestled Atomic Titan, obviously. You know, victory over.
You're like, here, prime example, you're like your buddy Zach Attack.
And he's sending me a message now, Zach. I'm not going to be able to listen to the message because I'm live, but if you want to put a comment in the chat, you're welcome to. And as I continue to state, it's Anthony's time to speak. He's allowed to say whatever he wants. Obviously, people can refute or agree. They're welcome to that. So continue.
But C2K, when I have personal beef, let's state it. I should have changed my name to Anthony Holloway on here instead of Anthony Steele, so that y'all can know that it's personally coming from me. When I have personal beef with you, Zach, and you want to bring other people into it, and then you have other people texting Tom Bryce or Omen Black, Soldier GP, James Taylor, other people that I associate with, then it becomes a more bigger problem.
What's your beef with Zach, or what is his perceived beef with you? Just I don't know a lot about that. So what's for the audience that's hearing this that may not know either? Because a lot of people don't know, and we've seen Zach Attack kind of come on the scene here of late the last few months, and I happen to like him. But what's your take with it?
My problem with Zach is I've given this dude chance after chance after chance to quit running his mouth, to act like an adult, and quit bitching because he can't get a world title shot anywhere. When people watch your product, Zach, there's one thing that I've only heard about people that bring up your name is when you low blowed me in 2019 at Raging Summers. That was your shining moment, was hitting me with the low blow. But you want to know what your other shining moment is? That's been an ongoing joke for the past 5 years, Zach, is that brown stain on the back of your pants that you wore for 3 years. Where no one knew you as Zach Attack, they knew you as Shit Stain. That's what you were known as, Zach. And let it be known, Zach, every time you showed back up to NGJPW, it was because of me. When the boys in the locker room didn't want you back, I told them, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Shit, this last show that I was running, I picked you up. I drove you to the arena. I made sure you were booked. I made sure you walked out in the last episode of NGJPW ever as the hardcore champion. I booked that. And you still want to, 5 months later, then you have a problem with what transpired that night. How after you won the hardcore championship, I came out, I F5'd you, left you laying. See, at that point, it's called long-term storytelling, which a lot of companies do not know what the fuck that means anymore. Long-term storytelling is you got to tell a fucking story that brings the eyes of the audience to your product. And what is one thing that people loved in NGJPW? They loved watching me whoop your ass. And then you bring in C2K into it and then sending voicemails about how y'all were going to beat my ass, all this shit. And then when I told you I knew where you were and that I'd come to fight, not as Anthony Steele, but as Anthony fucking Holloway.
Wait, time out. They said, repeat what you just said, because I don't know this, and a lot of people.
If I showed up and you were near them, that they'd beat my ass. And then when I told them I knew where they were, or I told them I'd show up to where they were, they dropped the address, all this shit.
So you have their address from where they live. Is that just, I want to make that clear for the audience.
I don't have their address now, but I have
Okay.
I have Zach's prior address. I've had Zach's prior address for the last fucking 6 years.
Well, you said you picked him up right to drive to the end.
That was right before he moved back to Jersey with his Chihuahua. And then y'all say you're going to call the cops because after you threatened me, after Zach, you threatened to stab me. I said I was going to hurt you. If you come to try to stab me, I was going to hurt you. Then you run, say you're going to call the cops, saying this beef needs to be fucking done. Because then you got put on blast in a Discord call around a lot of people that are from a lot of different states in the United States of America. Then you got scared. Then you got humbled by me. And then you wanted to leave so desperately. Because then it went from you hating me, you want to fight me, all this shit, to then you wanted to be my friend again. Why? Because at this point, you don't want the truth to be told to the world. As we have 18 people sitting watching this video just on YouTube alone.
I have Twitter also. I do have a lot of fans on Twitter. I have 3,400 followers on Twitter. So we have 9 on Twitter, actually. So Twitter,
Let's talk about it. My name is The Real Deal, so let's keep it fucking real. Zach, you want to talk about what happened with you and someone in 2017? You want the world to know how much of a piece of shit you are? Or do you want to quit running your fucking mouth?
What happened in 2017 for the audience? Because I don't know anything about that.
I want to know what happened in 2017 because I got the voice message sitting in my phone right now. I can bring it up and play it live on fucking screen.
It's your call. I mean, I would say that, for the audience, we're all
Zach, I
kind
know
of
you're
learning
watching.
as we go. Because, like I said, listen. I like C2K. I've known him for a year and a half. I don't have anything against Zach. I mean, I know they've got shows coming on, but if it's your show tonight, so I mean, obviously, while you figure out what you want to do, I mean, I just want to say for these guys, why do you think though that they have said things about you?
They hate me because they hate me.
But a lot of people may not like you, but in the ring, I said it when I inducted James into the Hall of Fame. You can't deny your abilities out there. Obviously different
That's the
people.
thing. That's the point, Tom. Is outside of this ring, I live my moniker. I live by being the real deal. I live by being 100% blunt and honest with people.
So you're the same person when I
I'm the
speak to
same
you.
person.
When I speak to you outside the show and inside the show.
Like
I
I
ain't
said,
different.
the way Anthony Steele was created was talking to Scott Steiner, and he said the only way to make the best character is not even playing a character, is being you. Amplify it by 100. That's what Anthony Steele is. Anthony Steele is a shit-talking motherfucker who will get in that fucking ring and fight anybody, anytime, any place, any fucking where. But at the same time, he's going to be brutally honest. He's going to be blunt. He's going to tell you how it is, whether you like it or not, and he's not going to back down. Now, if y'all want to know what happened in 2017, I'm a generous man. I'm a very generous man. Well, Zach, I know you're watching. I know you're watching. 110,000%. I know you're watching. While we have 19 people now in here, I'm reading the comments on my laptop and my phone. I have YouTube pulled up on my phone. I have this screen where I can see the actual comments.
I do like to say hello to people. But we'll wait to do that. But go ahead,
Zach. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds to put in the comments right now. Do you want to quit running your mouth, or do I need to expose you to the fucking world? Time's ticking.
Do we start the clock down? Do we start a countdown clock? Do we start a countdown clock? Do you want to go like in Jeopardy? Okay, so we're gonna do the countdown clock. Anthony Steele is giving the countdown clock, so hopefully, we'll hear something.
You got a little bit more time. So, that is not what the fuck I just put.
And while Anthony figures that out, I want to say hello to people. I actually want to say hello to Brett, who I didn't realize Brett actually does.
Come on,
while
Zach.
we do that, while we got the clock. Brent actually does some also logo work for our friends over at NEW.
Oh, he does my work.
Oh yeah, how you doing, Brent? Brett, I didn't realize Brent was connected to so many great people. Obviously, James, certainly you, and my buddy Jake Matthews, and their great company. I want to say hello to Craven Rage, who I'm sure is going to be a topic of discussion here. Steven Silvestri, of course, we have Resurrection Wrestling coverage next Wednesday with the birthday boy, Angelo Flamin. Okay, well. All right, well, that's it. The countdown clock is now, it's over. It means you're going to release to the world what, what it means. And hello, New York Times.
Let's tell the tale of 2017. You were I think you were what, 18, 19 years old? How you sexually assaulted a girl. And you sent me a voice message saying, since it happened in 2017, there's nothing they can do about it because it happened so long ago. And you want to make the world think that you're this good guy, this guy that people just go after for no fucking reason. No, we have a reason, because you are what we call a piece of shit and a disgrace to every fucking man in this world. To sit there and rape a woman who couldn't defend herself, who couldn't have a choice because you didn't let her have one. And you walk away like everything's perfectly fine. And then you go and grab C2K to have your back. Because what is C2K going to do for you, man? What is C2K going to protect you from? When people found out, let's talk about that Discord call. When people found out, people were pissed. People wanted to know where you were at to beat your brains in, because people like you don't deserve to walk the same streets that we do. People like you don't deserve to have a life outside of a fucking cage with a bed with no mattress and a stiff-ass fucking pillow. Zach, you You need to stop trying to go every fucking where else. Trying to make a name for yourself when you need to understand that I'm about to make you a fucking icon tonight. And it's not going to be a good one. It's going to be a name that everyone remembers. That Zack Attack is a rapist. Zack Attack is a dude who doesn't care about anyone but himself. And he wants to act and lie just to make himself look better to the public eye. And C2K, if that's something you want to back up, if that's someone you want to count as your friend, homie, I'm going to tell you this. You ain't no friend of mine, and I promise you, all these motherfuckers in these comments, they don't fuck with that either.
Well, if that's true, that's obviously, and you know it better than anybody. I mean, that's, we wouldn't wish that on anybody, here on Sportswire. I would certainly know that. But before I do anything else, I want to say hello to somebody on Twitch. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. I wanted to ask you all, what's your all biggest WWE hot take? I'm going to come back to that, I promise you. But right now we have Anthony Steele on The Real Deal, and he wants to address kind of from his world what's going on. And he's told us here a story about an individual name from that's NGPW who's worked with Anthony. NG, you know what it is? Somebody just messaged me. I'm just trying to do all different things at once from NGJPW, and his name is the Zack Attack, and he's telling us something here about the Zack Attack that he did back 7 years ago, and certainly very unfortunate, and we certainly would not wish that on anybody, and we're sorry to hear that.
And now it's time to move on to topic number 2.
And C2K, basically, what's the deal with him? Just basically, do you have?
C2K just ran his fucking mouth trying to back up Zack, acting like some hard ass, and then I proved that he wasn't. I'm gonna tell you this: am I the fucking toughest son of a bitch in this fucking room, in this goddamn fucking world? Fuck no. But will I handle my goddamn self? Hell yeah. C2K, I'm gonna tell you this right the fuck now. You're gonna sit here and act like you some hard fucking tough son of a bitch, but you're not. You're not. You associate with a rapist. You associate with someone who will sit here and act like everything's perfectly fucking fine when it's not, and then wants to play a victim card, homie. A victim card.
There ain't no. Correct me if I'm wrong. You train Zack Attack? Is that what you're telling me?
And I got multiple people that can tell you. Multiple fucking people that can tell you. I spent hours with this dude. Hours upon days helping this motherfucker out. And all he can do is once I tell him, I'm done with you. I'm done. Keep my name out your mouth. I'll keep my name out your mouth. And like a day or two later, I got another person in my inbox saying, "Did you hear what Zack said? Zack, do you know what Zack Attack? Do you know what he's texting me? What he's calling me, trying to call me, tell me?" Nah, bro. See, that's where you got this shit all wrong. You go into people knowing that they're, I guess, not knowing that they're going to come talk to me. They're going to come ask me what the fuck happens, because as decent, average human beings, they come and ask both sides of the fucking story.
Sure.
And they know I bring facts. I bring proof.
I mean, listen, and full disclosure, I took law in college, and I have a background in that. I mean, so I could certainly, sympathize. I took constitutional law in college. I'm a notary by day. So, I understand that, you can't say lies, you can't commit forgery, if certainly something's out there and, you have a strong, amount of evidence that's accurate, then, you're certainly, presenting us here something that I'm sure is factual and, very unfortunate. And I do agree with Jack Delta. And I want to say hello to my buddy, Jack Delta. Yeah. If this is true, it's unacceptable. I mean, really, if that's the case, Zack,
I told you straight up, Zack. Your number one mistake in this whole situation is sending a voice message admitting that. Sending a voice message where it's your voice. See, if you would have sent a text and you could have played it off like, oh, someone hacked you and said something. You sent a voice message. And your exact words was, it happened in 2017. That was so long ago, nothing can happen anymore. So there's no real issue.
Well, that moment doesn't change. It doesn't matter whether it's, that it's a moment that, unfortunately, the person that was the victim, has to live with that. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I, I can only pray that, that won't happen to anybody. And I would hope that whatever would be, but it's unfortunate to hear that. And look, I don't know Zach personally, but that's certainly very unacceptable. And C2K I know very well, and we like having him on the show. But you obviously have some very 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 understandable opinions on certain things, and I could certainly see where you're coming from with that. And again, I want to put it out there for the audience: we don't condone things like that. That's not condoned on Sportswire, and we don't. And again, I have a background as somebody that worked, and works still technically in the political world, and went to took law in college for 2 years. I mean, that's things that we certainly want to make sure. And I personally took an oath, for one of my jobs is I took an oath to, uphold the law, and I take that very seriously. But certainly we hope for the best, and we can only pray that for the sides to change their lives. And I'm going to read the comments here first before we go to number 2. Let me go to say hello to everybody formally for the first one, because a lot of people want to say hello, and a lot of people were waiting for you. Xavier Thorne wants a match with you. Now, Xavier Thorne, where does he fall in all this? Because Xavier Thorne, I think I'm supposed to bring him on at some point, but I haven't had a chance. But he wants a match with you still, Xavier Thorne. So I don't know if that's good or bad right now, you and Xavier Thorne. I've heard. I don't know what. I mean, I like him. I think. I mean, I know he's.
Look, I'm gonna say I haven't seen what you've been doing lately. So
he's in Resurrection Wrestling now. He's back in Resurrection. Okay, well, we'll certainly move on from that. I do want to say hello to one of my favorites, Mr. Ethan Sorensen. How you guys doing today? I'm great. I mean, we're just warming up on Sportswire. It seems we're just having a good old conversation about a number of different things here. Omen Black here says, "What about your debut in Triple W?" Stay tuned. It's going to come next. I'm sure it's going to come next. What's up, gentlemen? How you doing, James Taylor? Of course, the nemesis, James Taylor. How you doing from the Drip King Adonis Felios? Please don't go there with all due respect. I think he's talking about Triple W, but I think it's going to be there. C2K wanted to be here, but you basically said you don't want him in here.
He don't want to be in here because then it dude.
Okay. I got it. I got you. Listen, I got you, and I want to put it out there. This is Anthony's opinions, and he's got some information to back it up, and he's allowed to be here. It's Sportswire show. It's all wrestling matters. So I'm not saying that I endorse or condone these different things. He has reasons to be here, just like anybody else has. He had a number of different things. I think you read about the comments here. I don't know if Anthony's really focused on GTS right now. Ethan, I will bring Jimmy Controversy on when the time comes.
What about GTS?
If there's anybody that you have a dream opponent for, because I actually do have somebody coming on from GTS very soon, but I have to keep
Jimmy Controversy being one.
Hey, tell Jimmy about that.
Jimmy, if you're watching, I'll pay your $250 charge to come wrestle me. I'll pay that out of pocket. Just dude, I'll give you all my information, homie. I'll send everything. Grim being another Duhop. Let's see.
How about the stepdads?
Well, Grim, Duhop, Jimmy Controversy. Those are the three main.
Interest you? Because I could help you with a couple of those names: the stepdads, Mikey Anarchy, Jimmy Controversy.
Oh, Mikey Anarchy is another one.
Okay.
GTS is something. Side note: before I go into topic number 2, GTS is something I grew up watching, and I looked at it and I was like, that is something I want to do. I would love to be on GTS wrestling, or face someone from GTS wrestling, and hopefully that day comes. And if that day comes,
I'll promise you this much, Jimmy. I'm proud to say he's a friend of the platform, and he is somebody that, I speak with from time to time. I will certainly tell Jimmy that you have challenged him for a match. And as a matter of fact, I will post the clip on Instagram tomorrow, so Mr. Controversy hears about that. So I was going to say, if you wanted the stepdads, I could really make that happen. But, Jimmy's certainly good enough too.
I haven't watched a lot of
the current
Backyard or GTS recently. Due to
Rad Dad's in a few with Mikey Anarchy and GTS. So I don't want to spoil too much what could be coming to Sportswire, but obviously that's somebody that we could certainly help you out with also. But Jimmy will do for now.
But let's go into number 2.
Okay, let's go to number 2. I wouldn't even say let everybody get. Who would you like to talk to about next?
Number 2, let's talk about TBW. Tennessee.
Now, what does that stand for again? Those initials?
Tennessee Backyard Wrestling.
Tennessee Backyard Wrestling. Yes, definitely rings a bell. Sure. Yes, no Tennessee Backyard Wrestling very
let's
well.
talk about how the challenge was made. Anthony Steele versus James Taylor at TVW anniversary.
Yes. We were here with it. Yep.
Live on Sportswire.
Yep, I was here. James
Y'all
asked me around the spot, and I gave the answer.
Y'all talked to James saying that basically the only way that y'all would take me back is if I owned up to my shit, which I have. I've owned up to it on Sportswire, not once but twice. I've owned up to it behind closed doors. And I apologize because who I was then was a toxic person, and I'll admit that. But then y'all still dogged me right after that. And y'all want to call me the toxic people. You want to call me a toxic person. But the moment that I basically try to bury the hatchet, do a one-off, and, straight up say, I apologize for what transpired back in, I think, 2021. Or 2020, around that time.
21, I think, right? 21. You wrestled James in late 21, so maybe before late 21 then.
Yeah. It was in 2021, early 2022. Y'all didn't want to hear it. Y'all didn't want nothing about it. And then you want to dog me. So we're going to go individually. Let's start with you, Brandon. Max Chaos. Whichever one that y'all know him by. You want to text James talking about I was going to stand up for this piece of shit? Let's let it be known. I've made it very clear that I know things that a lot of people don't think I know. So let's talk about how you want to hotbox your car with your kid inside and think everything's fucking okay. When you have your infant in your car and you act like that's perfectly okay and you got kicked out of TVW for it. And then you get brought back again. How you've sat there and basically did the exact same thing that I did and got brought back. Don't act like your shit don't stink, homie. Especially when you do the same thing I do. The only thing is I have more respect for a child. Then let's get on to the whole TVW locker room as a whole. Besides a few. I don't have a problem with Joe Anderson. I don't have a problem with Jay Wild.
Are you cool at least with Shane Davidson and Alan Michaels?
Any new guy
you didn't know that
out there?
Yeah,
I was there.
Well, they're not there. They're actually not there anymore. But they've become kind of favorites of mine because they're now part of kind of our team as analysts on Sportswire for Friday night. So I have to say Shane and Alan are personal friends of mine.
Well, anyone that was not there when I was there,
okay,
You're not included.
All right, fair enough.
All right, so here I'll name drop: Max Chaos, Atomic Titan, Josh Allen, Gage Flair, Russell Cooper, Ledger. Even though Ledger's not even there anymore.
That's a name I haven't heard in months, by the way. That's a name.
Who else? Those are basically the only.
Manny Cobra, but he's out of the company now. Fat Asian.
I never really had a problem with Manny. That's the thing. Manny actually kept to himself for the most part.
Fat Asian.
I've heard some things on him. Don't know proof on it, but I've heard.
Okay, but you okay with that?
I've really never had a problem with Robert either.
Okay, good. That's cool.
But let's go individual.
How about the man you wrestled your first match at episode 100?
Oh, Beast. I have no fucking problem with Beast.
I like him actually. He's messaged me off the air. He's very cordial.
Outside of wrestling, chill dude.
I couldn't agree with you more. I've messaged him and he's messaged me. Great combos. I'm gonna go
one by one. Let's start with Josh Allen.
Okay.
Josh.
Okay.
I know you talk your shit. I really do, because I hear about it. You're only famous because you got a tweet from Chris Jericho about doing your Pennymaker fucking gimmick. Other than that, you're just known as a dude that manages people. You're like a Paul Heyman of TVW at this point. Atomic Titan. How many gimmicks are you gonna fucking steal? First you were the fucking Red Dragon, trying to fucking knock off fucking Daniel Bryan. Now you're Hollywood Titan, You're not Hogan. I promise you that.
Well, we actually gave him the Hollywood Titan moniker.
Just another thing to rip off. Dave Flair. Woo! What's up? You're not Rick. You're never gonna be Rick. Russell Cooper.
Oh, the new champion. The new
Russell
world
Cooper.
champion.
Surprised you got a fucking championship. Because the product that I have seen of you, you've got like 10% better since I faced you in 2021. At this point, I just think they don't have anyone to push. And no offense, I think they're getting tired of pushing Atomic Titan and Gage Flair at this point. Who else did I say?
Max Chaos, you mentioned, obviously.
Max Chaos already fucking went off in you. Ledger, the only problem that I had with you is how when I came to help Troy, for those that don't know who that is, Atomic Titan, collect his belt from you, you thought I was going to beat you with a kendo stick just because he had a kendo stick in his car and I had it in my hand. Homie, I came with no ill will against you. I told you in personal message I had no problem with you. But then you had a problem with me because I talked to your boys a certain way. Listen, I'm going to say this. It has been widely entertained and known that TBW, you got a lot of subscribers, but if you check your comment section, it's because they make fun of you because how much you fucking sit there and mimic professional wrestling.
Well, we haven't heard from him, and I want to say Ledger left the company.
He went back to Florida. Like I said, Tom, I know everything, man.
Oh wow, okay. Because I was wondering. No, it's an honest point. Because Ledger, I want to say last wrestled in TBW maybe in September now, so I want to say 6 months if I'm not mistaken. Maybe we haven't heard from Ledger. I mean, it's really kind of an issue, and he was the champion for just about 500 days, if I'm not mistaken, over 500 days, and things happen. We wish the best. I really
when you sit here and mimic professional wrestling, you're not going to be taken seriously. You're going to be taken as a joke, and that's what TBW has turned into, a comedy act.
Well, let me ask you this question: when you were in TBW, because it was known that you were a part of the company, for a while there, a few years ago, did you try to, from your vantage point, maybe voice things you'd like to see the company do, or maybe things?
100%.
And what would you have liked TBW to have done?
Stop passing the world title between 3 people.
Okay.
Also, make a world champion that's believable to be world champion. Let's talk about Daniel Cole. Hey, Brock Lesnar / Kurt Angle. Y'all want to talk? You want to shit on James? Y'all want to shit on James because he's a stone cold?
The Alpha Daniel Cole. Yep. The Alpha Daniel Cole.
Let's just say this. Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle. That's Daniel fucking Cole. Ric Flair. That's Gage Flair. Painmaker. That's Josh Allen. Daniel Bryan. That is Atomic Titan. Max Chaos, I don't know who the fuck you were trying to rip off because, dude, if you tried to rip off someone, it was very piss poorly. Ledger, the Joker gimmick was, I feel like it was like a Sting thing, but at the same time, a Heath Ledger thing. So, I mean, Heath Ledger still. Like, these are things that y'all got to understand. Beast, original. He didn't have a gimmick. He was known as Beast. For the simple fact that he was a 6'5" big ass guy.
Big beast. Yeah, he's a big man. I mean, he's a very big man.
He was a beast.
Pretty much.
I think one thing that hurt them the most. Oh yeah. Thanks, James. Max Chaos.
Hello, James.
Styles. The one thing y'all hated is season finale. I think it was 5 when me and James faced. Season 4 or 5. Y'all were mad that we opened the show and we beat your world title match in fucking ratings. That match was the best match on the card, and we opened, and that heated y'all so much because I got the fucking feedback. When people talk about season finale 5, they don't talk about Gage Flair versus Ledger versus Daniel Cole. They talk about Anthony Steele versus James Taylor in a street fight. That's what they talk about. Still to this day.
Well, I say this much, and we're speaking with obviously the real deal, Anthony Steele. And if you want to get in touch with him, you can do that on Instagram. I will say this much. I still want to see you and James wrestle one more time. I mean, I think to me,
It will fuck.
Okay, because we've obviously called the match here, both matches you've had, one in Resurrection, one in TBW, and regardless of where that ends up, I would obviously imagine that it's not happening in Tennessee. But I mean, I would hope it would happen somewhere between you and James, because I think that there's unfinished business, kind of in a way similar to me what we thought last week with Shane Davidson and Alan Michaels. Opened All Hallows Mania 3, had a great match. Was certainly being built up in terms of guys that could be, main event or utility players in the company. And, things happen there, and they went in a different direction. And, as I've said it on the air with them, I would love to see them wrestle one more time. And I would love to see you and James wrestle one more time. I mean, that's an objective opinion. I think a lot of people here tonight, whether they like what you do, don't what you do, I think at the end of the day, people want to see you and James wrestle one more time. And I think that at the end of the day, whether they're a fan of yours, not a fan of yours, people can respect what you did in the ring with James. And I think that, to me, there is still chapters to be written in that story.
Most definitely. James, I know you're here. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And before anyone comes in the comments asking about Resurrection Wrestling, my take on Resurrection Wrestling. So far, that is the only company that on my end, has made amends with, that I haven't had a problem, out of.
Well, I got to be honest. I like a lot of the guys in Resurrection. A lot of them have come on here. D'Angelo LaFlame has become one of my favorite wrestlers. I want to say the last 4 or 5 months. I just saw him in the AWL, and he's just got so much energy. I speak to him off the air. Steven Silvestri. I mean, he's always doing something. Jacoby. I mean, a lot of the guys, I got to be honest, in the Resurrection locker room, they all have a work ethic, and they all want to improve themselves. So I really want to give them a big shout out. Could I ask you, actually, I'm curious about this. There was a company that you worked for that, could I actually ask you about your opinions on them? Actually, you haven't mentioned them yet, but do you actually think that you'd want to open it up where I could ask you about one particular company that you haven't mentioned yet? And no, it's not the IMF.
I know exactly who it is.
Explosive Championship Wrestling, aka XCW. I was curious what you thought about XCW, and maybe specifically their owner, Joshua Fletcher. Ring a bell?
I know Fletch. I know Fletch. Let's.
I'll pull this comment up for you.
Who the fuck are you?
Well, they would like to tell you what they think what's on their mind. Steele, you're nothing but an egotistical, self-entitled fill in the blanks, and there's a reason why hardly anyone wants to work with you.
That's why I still get calls to come back to the yard. That's why I got a call for Summer Bash, the biggest event of backyard wrestling history, basically, where multiple fucking companies are coming together. No one wants to work with me, and I'm a self-entitled bitch. Okay.
I mean, I got James Taylor here. I mean, Omen Black and Soldier GP are in the comments. I mean, you've worked with them in the past. They're pretty much two of the bigger names around. We know James Taylor. Bren, I just realized he does some great work for our friends over at New Underground Wrestling, or NEW, and they've got an awesome roster. Riot in the Act. I'm sure Bren could help you there with them. I mean, we've got a lot of different people that are in the comments who seem like they like you. I mean, so I'm not quite sure.
I got to agree with James. You had to make a troll account because you couldn't talk to me. I bet you I know who that is. It's probably Mason Black. It's probably Mason Black.
Now, what's this issue first with Mason Black?
That I'm saving for last.
Oh, okay. And before I ask you about XCW, I do want to give shout outs to some of the guys in Resurrection. Steven Silvestri, also D'Angelo LaFlame. Yes, the energy is infectious. I want to say that there is certainly a... Yeah, we want something?
I will say with D'Angelo LaFlame, I don't watch Resurrection, and I know you're watching, so when you hear this, no disrespect when I say this. This is actually me being respectful. Okay. I've sent some of your clips. You're actually you're probably the best that Resurrection has right now. So
there's some good talents. He's certainly emerging. Obviously, we have Rage out there. He was here on Sportzwire. I think he's still, emerging. Dustin Alexander. So there's some talents there. There's no question that there's a lot of talent there, and we're gonna have D'Angelo here on his birthday next Wednesday. So I'm looking forward to celebrating his birthday. And I want to say hello to a couple of people, but I actually have something I want to give you. But before I give that to you, I was actually curious of what's your opinion of XCW. I'm just curious.
My opinion on XCW, when I
Yes.
went there,
Yes.
they said the same thing when I left. Outside of the ring, I have beef with some people for the simple fact that, people run their mouth and I'm going to run it back. Simple as that. I'm not going to sit there and be a little bitch about it. As Resurrection, this ain't a shot. This is just saying how it was. Me and a dude named Jeremiah Dapper on the indie scene out here, we went to their first indie show. We walked into their first indie show, and the entire locker room piled the fuck out of there. Literally piled out, pushed me and Jeremiah back out of the fucking arena because I came for one man. I came to talk to Xavier Thorne for running his mouth on social media.
Who was here to be first comment tonight, Xavier Thorne?
He was running his mouth, and I made an example out of him. I proved that, no offense, you're a bitch. You talked all that shit saying you were going to do some shit. I proved to you ain't shit. It took you going all the way to the back behind 25 to 30 fucking people to flip me off. That's how much it was. Mac 10, you try to act like you're some big ass fucking guy. You put your hands on me. I told you, if you don't get your fucking hand off my shoulder, pushing me the fuck back, I was just going to sock you in your shit. You took your hands off, put your hands up like this, and asked me if I can leave the fucking building. That's what happened that night. That's the one thing I told you I'm real about. Like, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat shit. Let's talk about you threatening my fucking kid. That wasn't you.
I like to bring up here. That's Mac.
Oh,
yeah,
when I threaten your kid. When I threaten your kid. Please bring up that. I would love to hear that.
And also, I want to bring up here, I'm lost. I don't even know how I got here. Well, I mean, so, okay. I mean, and obviously, again, Anthony is talking about his experiences. I don't have these experiences. I want to put that out there for the audience.
If you want, Bubba, it's in my Chaos Talks. What the fuck is Chaos Talks?
He's referring to Max Chaos. Maybe he's referring to Max Chaos. Billy is his co-host on Crypto Brothers. Oh, okay. And we played here on. Well,
what up, Peter?
Yep, we played it here. Yeah, Peter. Peter's been here on Sportswire on the radio before. He has a podcast, and he's been on with TBK's podcast. So, Peter, always good to be with you. Yep, and thank you, Billy, for
if you have proof of me talking about your kid or threatening your kid, I don't threaten children. I don't threaten children. I threaten adults. Watch all the lives I've done.
That's what he would like to tell you.
What's the YouTube, homie? Listen to this little bitch run his fucking mouth. How I said I was going to beat your fucking ass and your dad said he was going to shoot me with a shotgun. And I said that wasn't going to fucking happen. How that you, I'm not saying anything about the other person, but you don't deserve your fucking kid. How you couldn't get off your fucking bed and go to fucking work and you got fired because you wouldn't get the fuck up for work when I lived with you. And how you would basically just want to do what the fuck you want. You never showed up, did you? Why? Because at that point, again, it went from me and you were going to fight to cops will be called if I showed up. You really think I'm going to be stupid enough to show the fuck up where a cop's going to fucking come? That's kind of stupid, homie. That's setting myself up for failure. And I'm sorry, I don't do all that. But nice try. Nice try. You had your 15 seconds of fame, homie. Congratulations. But my take on XCW is... Yes,
I'd be curious. What would you think from your experiences there?
The best wrestler I've faced... Well, I only faced a couple people from there. Hunter Houken, great.
Oh, Hunter Houken, I think, is primed for big things ahead.
Oh, I apologize. Oh, because you can bring that up. This next one. I remember you correctly apologized to my dad and everything. Don't start bringing shit up that's in the past just because you're a little bitch and you're a failure. You stole from Resi, kicked out of 7 Feds. Okay, so here we go. Stole from Resi. I want to know where I stole from Resi at. because you're talking about the gun. I actually did a podcast with James on this topic. How I supposedly stole a gun. They made a police report, and that there was a warrant for my arrest. I called the fucking police station, asked if there was a fucking report, and there's no report on my fucking name, homie. Not a damn fucking thing. They lied out straight out their teeth. Now, I will tell you this. I bet you in that bitch you'll find a Eddie Guerrero legacy belt. That was mine. You'll find a AJ Styles vest, replica vest. That is mine. A dude that, like I said earlier, Jeremiah Dapper, who I'm friends with outside on the indie scene, who has 2 pairs of my shoes and had my Xbox that was given to him, that was stolen from me while I was in Illinois dealing with my dad who had cancer. I didn't steal shit from them. They stole shit from me and act like everything was okay. Because if you also want to talk about it, let's talk about how they gave away my North American. Well, no, they had my North American Championship replica, and then they gave away my updated 2020 WWE shop replica of the United States Championship to Dustin Alexander, and I had to go to Dustin's fucking house, while he was at school, and he messaged his dad to retrieve my fucking championship. But I stole from them. That's a cap. I apologize to your dad because your dad had nothing to do with it.
I respect that.
The problem was me and you, not me and your dad. So yeah, I apologize to your dad because there was no beef between me and him. I get it. He was taking up for his kid, all this shit. You're just trying to stay relevant, and even DJ Cole is saying he remembers and have fun fucking pedo. What pedo? Please say, if you're going to call me a pedophile, at least have proof that I'm a pedophile. For the simple fact that I only fuck with girls 10 to 15 years older than me. My fiance is 13 years older than me, homie.
Well, I wasn't gonna ask her age.
I don't fuck with kids. I don't fuck with minors. Literally, I don't even go as low as I go probably lowest 20 years old. And around my age now, it's like 21. If you ain't legal enough to fucking drink.
How old are you again? 23?
Nah, sports. He brought up the shit about my mom and dad just to shoot. Oh yeah. Because at that point, all of us were beefing. So yeah, I brought up, he was defending you. He got into it. I was heated. I brought up that fact, which started the shit with me and your dad. So again, if you're gonna talk about it, I'll put it live out here. Where there's, hold on, let me check the viewership on this. 20 people watching.
And Twitter. We have some people on Twitter as well. I can't, I have
came at me because I was coming at you, so I came back at him. And then I say about a year later, I apologized. As a grown man should. I apologized because he wasn't in it. It wasn't, my beef wasn't with him. My beef was with you. That's all. That's 100%. So, with that being stated, if you're going to come fight something, also, how about XCW, Bubba? You was fucking with a 15-year-old. You're fucking disgusting. See you, bitch. I'm done with you. I'll stay relevant. You won't. First of all, I wasn't fucking with a 15-year-old. I was fucking with her mom. I got text to prove it. 100%. And like, at this point, if my girl hears this, my girl knows the woman. I wasn't fucking with her. Because I can get her on the phone right the fuck now. I mean, I would have to fucking ask my girl to do that. But I was fucking with her mom, bro. I was fucking with her mom the whole fucking time.
And your current fiance knows about this thing, basically.
Because it was right before me and my girl got together.
Oh, so me and the girl's mom understands what happened. Okay.
Me and the girl's mom were long distance. She's in Indiana. I was in Tennessee. So it was a long distance fucking thing. And me and her were, sexting, texting, video chats, all this shit. But then that's all it was. That's all it was. Her kid has a fan base, has a fan page of me where she would post my my clips or shit that happened during my career on a fan page on Instagram. If you go look it up, it's Anthony Steele fan page on Instagram.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I believe I've, for whatever reason, come across that. Yes.
And True Teller. At least have balls like Max Chaos to at least fucking say who the fuck you are. And it's not problematic everywhere I go. It's, again, I tell the truth. I keep it fucking real. I love you, Omen. That was the funniest
I'll
shit.
read it off. I'm just waiting for Tom to ask for the results and tell Anthony that he's not the father for this Jerry Springer experience on Sportswire. So, it's funny. If you actually go on my Facebook profile, my biography says I'm a talk show host. And basically tonight, I've been doing this for almost 5.5 years. And I feel like tonight's one of those episodes where I feel like I'm a talk show. So, Omen, I do feel like I'm, Jerry Springer or Montel Williams tonight, or was it Ricky Lake or Jenny Lewis, all those, different shows that they had back in the day for, Maury Springer and, or Maury Povich. I'm sorry, Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, it's all the same thing here. But, I think at the end of the day, we're here to get your experiences, just as if we have somebody else to come on the platform. And we've said before, this isn't me endorsing or not endorsing somebody. This is where you wanted to come on tonight and address things that were on your mind. And you're welcome to that. You know what? And I also want to put it out there real quick before you do say anything. And I want to just make this in a general defense of you, but everybody that comes on to Sportswire, we're all wrestling matters, right? So that means all people can come on to speak. Just as if we've had Craven Rage come on here, Omen and Soldier are here Thursday night with Nicholas Crenson, just as we have Chris Craven comes on here, just as we have, the guys in the UK, the Tribal Cheese come on. At the end of the day, we want to let people speak because they want to have the opportunity, and that's what it's about. So
Omen's new fucking comment. Please.
I'm going to tell you the truth teller. We don't know who you are.
Exactly. Hop out, you keyboard fucking warrior. Unless you're going to fucking come up here and man up who the fuck you are. Shut the goddamn fuck up.
I'm going to say this next to the truth teller. You can go make a show, and I would welcome you to go make a show, and you can have any guest you want.
Period.
But just when the guys in the UK told me not to have Necro Daddy come onto the platform, you go make your own platform and you have anybody you want. You don't come on to Sportswire and say, choose whose guest to come on. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't want to listen, just like an individual, when he ran WWE, would tell people, when so quote unquote the Attitude Era, you don't like something, you're welcome not to tune in. You can go watch the Tyler Ark show. You can watch C2K. You can watch the Wolfpack Hour. You can watch any other show you want. Nobody's telling you to come on here. You came on here as a keyboard warrior and came on here with a fake CM Punk photo, calling yourself truth teller, but you sound like a bullshitter because clearly you don't have a real name. Because if you had a real name, you would say who you are, whether you like or you don't like Anthony Steele, or you don't like anybody else that comes on here. No, I'm going to speak now because I'm going to address this because now it's on Sportswire. It's in the platform I built where it is to be all wrestling. I'm going to now speak to the individual because clearly this guy's a bullshitter. Because let me tell you something. You don't come on here and tell me who to come on and who not to have the platform. You go make your own platform and you go have anybody else you want. You want to go play with yourself while you're live on air? You're welcome to do that. You want to go talk to anybody else you want on there? You're welcome to do that. But you don't tell anybody here not to go who they shouldn't have or who they should have on the platform. Because like I said, I would certainly say from your vantage point, not a wise move to do. And I'm just going to tell it to you right now, in the court of public opinion, you're not going to win that public opinion. And next time, also make sure, put a better CM Punk photo on, put on a more current photo at least, because that CM Punk photo is like 20 years old. At least give us the one that he looks like currently right now. I mean, come on, man. If you're going to at least do it right, do it with the current CM Punk photo, not the one that's like 20 years old. So, I mean, if you want to go out here and put a keyboard warrior account on, do it the right way. Because at the end of the day, you're clearly making yourself look bad. So come on, listen, you're welcome to continue to join the conversation. But if you want to join the conversation, here's what I'm going to do for you. Because obviously I'm being in a lot more of a generous mood tonight. If you want to stay into the chat, you know what? I'm going to even do it better for you. If you want to come on to Sportswire right now, I'm going to actually give you the opportunity. You want to prove who you are? You want to show yourself? You will actually, I'm going to give you an invite. You tell me.
Just fucking said it's Mason.
You tell, no, I got you. But I want to put it out there. If you want to come on to Sportswire, I will actually give you that opportunity right now. I'll give you the link. You tell me where to send it to. And you can say who you are. You can basically say anything you want to Anthony. Say anything you want to the world. Say anything to myself. Because like I said, if you want to do something, do it right. And if you want to basically show the world who you are, because it's easy here. It's very easy to come on anywhere, right? And comment anonymously. Because I'm going to put it to you like this. I come from the world of politics, right? It used to be all the time that there would be these bullshit candidates or these bullshit elected officials that I used to work against, that they would try to knock my candidate or knock me anonymously on some form or some message board. And then you'd see them and they wouldn't act like who it was. And they knew who it was. Just like you, truth teller. You're definitely not a truth teller. You're a bullshitter. So if you want to go back to play with yourself, you're welcome to do that. Obviously, you can spend all day doing that. But the fact of the matter is if you want to come on, I'll be more than happy to let you come onto the platform. You can show yourself to the world. You might do that to yourself anyway all the time. But you're more than welcome to come on here right now. And I'm more than happy to give you the floor. You can say anything you want. You could say whatever is burning in your chest. You want to say something to Anthony? You even want to say something to me? You even want to say something about Sportswire as a whole? You're welcome to do that. But until then, if you're not going to do that, know your role, shut your mouth, get to the back of the line, turn the show off, go do something else, and thank you very much for tuning in.
So, back on the topic from earlier. My girl's sitting next to me.
Mm-hmm. How you doing? Want to say hello to your fiance?
So, I was supposedly fucking with Haley.
No, he was actually fucking with Haley's mom.
Okay.
Yeah. So to be honest, no, he was fucking with a grown woman. So.
Bang! I like MILFs, homie. The fuck?
Anthony does like his women older.
I like MILFs.
God bless you. You know,
13 years old. I don't fuck with no teenager, bro. I don't fuck with no teenager.
Well, I wish you guys all the best in the world. I hope it continues, and God bless you both, and I hope you guys have a 50, 60-year marriage. So I mean, whatever works for you both.
But my thing is, bring facts. And now that I know the truth teller is who I thought it was originally, hey Mason Black, let's go to you. I was gonna save you for last.
That was the guy that wrestled the match in the IMF and didn't want to.
Exactly what I was about to go with.
That was the guy that basically went in there in a ring and basically thought he was the equivalent of, I don't know, Roman Reigns, thought he was The Rock, and maybe even Hogan back in the 90s, and could basically decide what move he could take or what move he was supposed to give his opponents. Then actually he was kind of the guy, quote unquote, maybe to quote a show in XCW, didn't want to give, he wanted to give receipts, but didn't want to get them back. I think that's the guy you're talking about, right? That's the guy, if Meltzer was doing 5 stars, would probably have -5 stars in the ring. Is that the same guy we're talking about? Or am I getting confused here? Because I think that's the Mason Black that wrestled in the IMF this past summer and wrestled the match so bad that, probably Ric Flair in his deathbed maybe could do a better match. And Ric Flair even now is pretty much, I mean, his punches are what they are, but I mean, that's the same guy? That the same guy?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Mason Black or Bulletproof Brandon fucking whatever the fuck you got. Hold on. I'll say what it. Bulletproof Brandon Wolf, homie. Good thing for fucking hopping on Silver Wolf's fucking coattails. Come ride his fucking dick a little bit fucking more. Let's talk about it. How you gonna send me a message while I'm at work at 8:42 March fucking 9th?
Okay.
And then block me directly fucking after you send it because you're a little bitch.
That sounds like a guy a few months ago that wanted to come on Sportswire. He was like some rap guy from Kansas, and it was like we didn't do it. His name was Shane Meyer, and some nobody was like, "Well, you're gonna regret that you didn't book me on Sportswire or whatever it was." And he kept giving me random messages. So I'm like, I got him on the video, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you want to say? And it was like he had nothing to say. So that's how it always ends up, isn't it?
That's basically how it is. You want 15 minutes of fame. I get it. I mean, I would want 15 minutes, 15 seconds, 15 minutes.
At least get better names. There's already a CJ Black. There's already an Omen Black. There's already a Logan Black in CCW. I mean, why has he got to name himself Black after these guys? They're all incredible talents.
Here's my question. How you going to shit talk to me when you got kicked out of WCE and then you had to get brought fucking back because they barely have any fucking talent? That's pretty fucking pathetic. Zack Attack Vlog, shut your mouth, man. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. As much as you fucking talk your goddamn shit behind closed fucking doors and I hear about it, shut the fuck up. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't about shit, homie. You're a fucking pedophile. I said it live on Sportswire. You're a fucking pedophile, dude. And I have the fucking proof. Unlike Max Chaos, which actually I'm on the phone with the girl that he supposedly said I was fucking with. Literally said, yo, got a question. What's up? So Max Chaos is on a podcast.
Oh, okay.
That I'm on saying that I was fucking with you, but I was fucking with your mom, correct? Yeah.
Oh, I see it. I'm actually reading it here right now. Yep.
Yeah. So there's the proof. There's the proof is in the fucking pudding. No, he is not back in WCE. See, how does it feel? A company, no offense, Craven Range, that gets so much fucking shit about their fucking product, you get kicked out of there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we like WC.
How does
we
it
like
feel to
WC.
fucking hide in a corner of a ring because you come up and smack Omen Black, and Omen Black smacks the dog shit out of you in a fucking match, and you try to hide in the corner saying you don't want to finish the fucking match.
Can I just add one thing on Mason Black? And listen, we love the guys in WC, and we do a lot of work with them. But I want to say this: if Mason Black shows up to WC or IMF, he should get the Public Enemy treatment that the APA gave on a Sunday Night Heat 25 years ago. I just want to put it out there. Mason Black, if you show up at any of these companies, you should definitely watch that match between Public Enemy and the Acolytes or the APA. And if you show up in those companies, I'm pretty sure that that's the treatment you're going to get. So I would certainly say you're welcome to come on Sportswire. You're welcome to come on now. You are a truth teller, but you're certainly not much of a truth teller. And once again, go at least fix the CM Punk photo to a new one and change the name to Bullshitter. But that would be a different topic for a different.
Your comeback. Your comeback, Zach, is MILF Dater.
I am a MILF.
Holy fucking shit. That is the worst fucking comeback I've ever heard in my fucking life. What? Because I like to fuck bitches that are older than me? That I like to fuck with girls that are way older than fucking me? Dude, if you want to know my track record, I was 18 with a 32-year-old, 11-year-old kid, homie. You know how fucked up that looked in public? But I fucking rocked it. I rocked it.
Hey, I mean, God bless America. I mean, listen, I'm not going to tell you.
Are you mad because you and your little chihuahua of a fucking girlfriend sit here and run your fucking mouth, and your girl tries to say, oh, I'm from Jersey, I'll fuck you up. And then my best fucking friend of 7 years, who is half her fucking size, told her she would dog walk your girl, and you and your girl backed the fuck away when I said I was going to beat your ass while my friend was going to beat your girlfriend's ass? Homie, don't hate the play, I hate the fucking game at that fucking point. You just mad because I can pull bitches 10 times better than you fucking could. Please understand, Zach. You run your mouth too damn much and you get caught up in shit that you don't want to fucking deal with. That's why when you fucking try to say, have me show the fuck up to fight you in Illinois, you sent your mom's address while you're sitting in fucking Jersey. How do you feel, homie? That's how scared you are.
All right, let me ask you a general question. What do you think Zach Attack could do and you could do to maybe come to at least some... Nothing. No.
Not a damn fucking
No peace. Not...
I before I found out about the fucking rape allegations bullshit, I gave him chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. So please understand, Zach, there's not a damn thing, not a damn person in this fucking world.
So there's nothing that he could do or no way.
Let me fucking meet up.
Well, I mean, I can't necessarily legally say go and beat
that literally, that wouldn't even fucking stop anything. Because he doesn't know how to stop fucking running his dick lickers. He literally fucking talks out of his ass every day of this fucking life. And some of these people fucking believe the shit that comes out. Homie, you're loose cannon. You talk big fucking game, but can't do a damn thing.
I will say this about Loose Cannon. He's lovable in a way. I mean, he is lovable. He's got the wife, but he should not have basically faked a match for lying about cancer. That I can, and especially when my father actually died from cancer 10 years ago, a few days ago. But, I certainly leave that aside. But just as basically what I'm trying to say here.
Goodbye to your career, Anthony Steele. Shame on you talking about people and exposing people. You don't talk about Zach and Queen May. I'm going to tell you this right the fuck now. How many times have I fucking done this live on Instagram with about the same amount of people, if and more, viewing that?
Well, you do have a lot of Instagram lives. I will tell you, I get the notifications of them. You do go on Instagram.
Literally, I still have a career. Dude, I'm on the Indies. What do you mean I don't have a fucking career? Say goodbye. Homie, if my career...
Aren't you a champion in NOCW, by the way? Aren't you a champion in NOCW?
Yeah. I'm a champion, dude. I'm a champion on the indies. What are you doing? What are you doing? Not a damn thing.
He is a Hall of Famer. I mean, C2K is a Hall of Fame. He's got a talk show. He's got some music he's working on. You know, I like C2K, but, you know, I think that if Zach did something, that's unacceptable. If that's the case,
Look,
that's really unacceptable.
C2K, if you got something to say, come on here.
So you want...
At this point, I'm done. At this point, I'm done. You got something to say?
Before though, you bring C2K. Give me anything else about XCW, because that's really what I want to know.
I love working with DJ Walbert. Love working with.
DJ is the man, by the way. I want to give DJ a big shout out. DJ is awesome. I want to say, and by the way, DJ is coming on next month. DJ is coming on to Sportswire next month.
Hold on.
Are you calling DJ Walbert? Because DJ, I just spoke to DJ actually, you know, a little while ago. I actually told him if there's anything you need from me, because he's going through a few different things. I don't want to say it on the air, so I just basically said, hey, you know, anything I can do for you, you know, let me know.
Show up to Jersey. I swear to God. What are you gonna do, man? What are you gonna do? You say show up to Jersey. I tell you drop the Addy. Nothing. What you're never gonna understand. You're never gonna understand. And that's fine. Living your daydream, leaving your little fucking world. Live with C2K, dude. Go fucking do whatever the fuck you do with C2K. Seriously, he's been dogging you all night, and you're.
Are you sure though? Anything else in XCW? Because I really want to hear the XCW before I decide if I want to bring C2K on. So, anything else in XCW you want to share?
I mean, the only thing is because I missed one show due to traveling issues. I got stripped of my title, got kicked out of XCW, all that shit.
Sounds like the owner.
Look, I got invited back for the Rumble, Summer Mania.
All right.
I've gotten invites back to that place multiple times.
Okay, cool.
A lot of people. The only people that I have not gotten invites back to is TBW and fucking Resurrection. That's it. That is the only two companies I've worked for that hasn't given me a call.
Well, XCW has got a lot of great people in XCW, so I'm not surprised.
Tommy the Man Merriman.
Tommy Merriman's coming on next Thursday, by the way.
Tommy Merriman. As much as he says he don't fucking know who the fuck I am, trust me, homie, you're definitely gonna know who I am after the night, and you're gonna remember. Tommy is a great fucking competitor.
Tommy Merriman, you know what? And I'm so glad he's coming on because I've been wanting him on for months, and now I was like, frig it. Tommy Merriman, you're coming on Sportswire. I don't care. You're coming on at this point. I mean, I don't want to say. I love a lot of the guys. Justin Parsley is one of my favorites there. You know, also, I mean, who else did we love in XCW? I mean, Chris Jones, we've been good with Chris Jones. You know, I don't want to mention Law around you, you know, but there's a lot of the guys. Festus has been cool with us. You know, Michael Christian.
I don't have a problem with Festus. Dale, you know my problem with you. All that bullshit. All this shit, like, people gotta understand, you know, people think I'm toxic. I'm only toxic when you make me toxic. If you want to come out here, run your mouth.
Well, we send C2K the link. C2K, if you'd like to speak onto Sportswire, I just sent you the link. So if you'd like to say something, you're always welcome on Sportswire. And if you'd like to address anything, and I want to say hello also to the Wolf here. And Zach Attack, I can't listen to your voicemail because I'm live on the air. So if you want to message me, that would be the great thing to do. So I'm waiting for C2K. He's coming in here now, and we want to say hello to him. Obviously, Hall of Famer on Sportswire Radio, C2K. C2K, always good to be with you. I wanted to give you the opportunity to address some of these things because these were things that, you know, Anthony is saying.
Hold on.
Yeah, floor is yours.
Are you done? Are you done? Because that's what we're doing, just talking a lot of crap. Are you done? Because you know what? I mean, you lost my name in your mouth. It tastes good?
Yeah.
Does it taste good? You know, does it taste good? Do you like to have my name in your mouth?
Do you see
because my name is so long to be in your mouth, buddy.
Crazy, man.
My name is so long to be in your mouth, buddy. You love dick riding. Look at you. You love dick riding, my brother. That's what you do. Talk about people.
I'm exposing you and your friend.
Oh, are you supposed to be? I'm so scared that you are supposed to be. Guess what? Let me tell you something. I don't care what you say about me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Because you know what? I learned one thing. Put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. You want to talk shit about me? Come to Dunker, HIPW. Come to Dunker, HIPW. Get in the ring with me. Get in the ring with me. That's
You're
all.
talking about you and Zach's
You want to talk
company?
all that crap? You want no. You want to talk all that crap? And you know what? When I'm pissed off, they respecting Tom Price in his show. That's my brother,
Disrespect. I already told him this is
and
going to
this is
happen.
not his okay. Shut up. I don't want to hear you. Shut up.
This is my show, homie. The fuck I gave you the benefit of
I don't care. I don't care. Shut up. This man right here, that's my brother. You come in this show. You come in the show and forcing people. You don't do that. You don't do that. If you call yourself an indie pro wrestling, then one thing, because you know about indie pro wrestling, one thing about indie pro wrestling, and they show up, they told us, you never make enemies with the people you work at. That's how you know more so much about indie pro wrestling.
Hey, look,
You never make enemies. You never make enemies. I'm talking right now.
Now,
You
Anthony, would you like
always
Zach
talking.
Attack to join? Because he would like to come in. I can invite Zach Attack into the show. He would like to come in.
please,
You think always
please
talking.
fucking
You
do
think,
it.
no,
I will bring him on.
you think, oh, you talking. You shut up. You don't, now you shut up. You know what? I respected you once. I did. But you know what? The person that you are now, the respect is done, my brother. It's done. I just want to kick your ass.
The respect went out the
That's
door.
what I want.
Now, we sent the link to Zach, and he's
Put
going to
up
be able to
or
speak.
shut up.
He'll be allowed to give his
Put up or shut up.
perspective.
You got a problem with me, my brother? Come to HIPW, High Impact Pro Wrestling. I will send you an invitation. And you know what? I even will pay for you I will even pay for your tickets. I even will pay for anything. You want to fight?
All right,
Because you want to fight.
I'm with you, C2K. You know, we love you on Sportswire, but Anthony said he wants to speak to Zach one-on-one directly about some of the things that went on. You know, C2K, want to give you a quick plug on the show. C2K Talks, love the new music. Definitely want to bring you back on here on Sportswire in the next few weeks. But Anthony specifically requested he and Zach, and I also want to put it out here one more time. This is Anthony's opinion. It's not my opinion. We're letting everybody speak. You know that,
Okay.
C2K. We know we love you, C2K.
I know. Can I say one thing? I'm sorry, brother. You know, I love you.
The floor is yours. You
Can I
got
say
it.
one thing, please? Brother, I love you. You know that. You my brother. You my family. I don't know about you. Now, I'm going to tell you one thing straight up. And this is man to man because you're a little boy. You're not a man. You come over here, dirty laundry about people. You don't do that. You don't do that. Don't you know people are watching you? People are going to lose respect for you. What I'm going to say this. Come to me in the ring, and it's going to be in a burial life match.
Okay.
Burial life match. I want you in the ring.
Can I-
You and me.
can I tell
You and me. I want you in the ring. Come. Just come. Because I'm going to make sure. I'm going to make sure. I'm going to cross that dirty mouth for you. Once and for all. I will. Trust somebody, I will. Just come to HIPW. Get in the ring with me. Put up a shut up. Put up a
This
shut
could have
up.
happened a long time ago. You blocked me.
What
Shut
you
the
doing?
fuck up. for a
Bring
second.
it, buddy.
Unblock me.
I will pay for the ticket, bro. I will pay for tickets and everything for you to come, my brother.
Do it.
Put up
Do
a shut up.
it.
You know, shut up. I will. Trust me, I will, buddy. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna leave a scar. I'm gonna super that face of you, buddy. I'll make sure, buddy.
All right, so
I'm gonna vote your life, buddy. That's what's gonna happen.
We'll hope this match happens. We're waiting for the arrival of the Zach Attack. We have sent him the link.
That's the point.
And C2K, obviously, shout out to him. We'll see if this match happens. Obviously, C2K Talks. He's got some new music. He's also working on some new guests. He had some great guests on. Go check him out on Facebook. And we're waiting for Zach Attack to come on to Sportswire Radio. We have sent him the link. And also want to say hello to my buddy Skulls. Skulls has obviously got great shows. Skulls is always out there. Skulls is actually training right now out in California. And I'm really excited about it. And Peter, want to give Peter a big shout out here as always. And James Taylor is certainly talking about dumpsters and dumpster fires. And, and the big bad Silver Wolf is here. Obviously, love the Silver Wolf, and he's here. And I agree with you, Darkon, about Tommy Merriman. I've had nothing but great experiences speaking with Tommy, and I'm looking forward to Tommy next Thursday here live. And yeah, shots have been fired, Draco Dragon, all night here. And Tommy is awesome. So is Jay Ellis. And I guess while we wait for the while I wait for the Zach Attack, I was hoping to present you something actually tonight. Would you like me to present it on the screen?
Sure.
I was actually going to recognize you today for being on all our platforms, that it was Anthony Steele Day, whether it was on Tumblr, whether it was on Twitch, whether it was on Facebook, LinkedIn,
Mark
Sports.
the calendars.
So we'll obviously send this to you when we're off the air. Yeah, well, I know your phone might be blowing up because of things you might have said on Sportswire, but we obviously recognize your contributions in this sport. Obviously leave aside some of these comments that, certainly we'll let the public decide, but I do want to recognize you for all that you've done inside the ring and all that you've done to, put your body on the line for this sport that we all love. And it's all Wrestling Matters. And Anthony Steele, congratulations. Again, it is on all of our platforms here. Instagram at the Sports Report 2021, Facebook at Sportswire Radio, Tumblr at Sportswire Radio, Twitch at Sportswire Radio, also sportswireradio.org, also YouTube here at Sportswire Radio 6579, and my Twitter at Thomas Bryce 2017, and my personal Facebook page, as well as my LinkedIn. It's your day. So congratulations, Anthony. So I know this will be a prequel to next Sunday when you get inducted into the Hall of Fame channel. And, I hope that you'll take this as a certificate of appreciation for your career, and, hope to see you do more inside the ring than outside the ring.
So let's talk about something real quick.
Sure.
How I just got messaged. Okay. Hey Max. Hey Brandon. Whichever you want to go by.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna message James calling him a scumbag because he came to me? Like I said, all the people that are real motherfuckers come to me and tell me. You mad? Because people actually understand where I come from. Like, it's sad. It's really sad. How I stated this a long time ago, that people don't want to hear the truth. People don't want to hear the truth about it.
And by the way, Ethan says you'll beat C2K if this match happens, by the way.
I'm just going to say Tommy. He's all day. All fucking day, dude. See, because here's the thing.
I love Ethan. By the way, can I give Ethan a big shout out? He is on all of my shows for the last 4 months. He, for whatever reason, he must have the notification on 24/7. I mean, there were people that actually messaged me yesterday were you going to be on Sportswire? And I was like, nah. And then it was today, I'm you know what? I have a feeling that this will make up for yesterday. So I think this is what definitely did answer. But thank you, Ethan, for giving us the levity that you always do. But go ahead, Anthony, continue.
C2K, I'm gonna say this. You say I was trash talking. No, I was speaking facts. If you want, I could pull up those voice messages where you said you were going to beat my ass, and then when I said I was going to dog walk you, you said you'd call the cops. It ain't me trying to act hard, and ain't me trying to act like I'm Billy Badass. It's speaking facts. It's you are sticking up for a pedophile, and now the pedophile is in the comments saying send me the link. He gets sent the link, and now he doesn't because his buddy's not here. He don't want to show the fuck up. So let it be known, Zach, your time is done. For Mr. C2K saying my career's over, I've done this for multiple people on Instagram, on a platform that I'm widely known on.
You are on Instagram. I got to be honest, you are on Instagram Live a lot because I get the notifications for it because I have a lot of followers on Instagram, and yours usually comes up a lot, I will say.
And
when you and Jack Delta go live, those are my 1 and 2 notifications. When you and Jack go, Jack doesn't go live as much as you, but when you go live on Instagram, okay, I know it's live.
So this is what I gotta say. If that's what you want to support, dude, do you? How does it feel to finally left? I know who that is too. Bro, it feels fucking great. It really fucking does. Cause I said at the beginning of the year, Tom, and I know you remember this. Changed man. I was trying.
I remember. Yeah, and I think you are a changed man because you know what? But you're speaking what's on your mind. You know what? And that's why I think it's important to let you speak. People said tonight, "Are you sure about having Anthony on?" People were like, "Are you sure you should let him speak?" But you know what? My belief is, you absolutely are entitled to your opinion. You know why you're entitled to your opinions? I'm going to actually handle this for you. The reason you're entitled to your opinions is because you went out there and traveled hours upon hours to get to these different.
Didn't get paid.
I'm going to get to that, and I'm going to get to that. You went out there and put your body on the line. You went out there and did it. In the words of Hillbilly Tilly, when we inducted him in the Hall of Fame last week. You were the true definition, whether people like you or not, of a backyard wrestler that went out there and did it for the love of this sport. You traveled to Tennessee. You traveled to Indiana. You traveled to all these different places up and down the Midwest and the South and even in the Northeast. You did it because you love this sport. And you're absolutely entitled to say whatever you want. Even if people agree or don't agree, we're not going to be in the business of telling people that they can't speak on Sportswire. And I think that would be completely hypocritical. And I think that would be unfair to what you've done in this sport. People have messaged me and said, Anthony, we prefer Anthony not get mentioned in this way, and that's fine. I appreciate that and I respect that. But I'm not going to deny you the opportunity to say what's on your mind when you put your body on the line. You risked your life out there, as a matter of fact, to go out and do what you love and entertain people. So you're damn straight that you're always going to be entitled to speak, just like when we have anybody else that comes on to Sportswire. So I just want to put it out there as the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio, as your voice of all wrestling, where all wrestling matters. You will always have the opportunity to speak here, just as anybody else would have the opportunity to speak here on Sportswire Radio.
The way I look at it is, I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 3 times, I've said it 1 million times. People don't like the truth. People don't like to hear about themselves because it makes them look bad. And they don't want to look bad. They want to look generous, or they want to look like they're a good guy.
Well, it's the same thing. We had an issue in the UK with a guy, Joshua Snow, who booked himself to be a world champion of his own promotion that basically went out of business. And he was the guy that said, you know what, we shouldn't bring on all these different people. And when I called him out and I was like, you know what, I've brought you on to my show countless times. You were going through mental health. I messaged you and said, hey, you know what, anything I can do, can I help you? I'm sorry about your company. And and then when I challenged him on some of the things that he said, he and his fiance, who was basically, a poor anime lookalike, who basically could sing on auto-tune at best, they pretty much got upset because I had on an individual or two, and they blocked me along with a few other people. A guy who was a world champion there in promotion, who was basically looked like a short order male cook. I mean, they had another guy there who was like a vanilla midget, and they made him world champion. I mean, but so I get it. So I understand, and the facts are is that, you're entitled to say what you want, and whether we agree or not, but you've earned it by what you've done in this sport.
I will say this. If you can, please put C2K Talk Show comment from 11.
Which one am I going with? I got the one here. Put up
11:10 p.m. The most relevant. The most recent.
Okay, would be this one here.
I turned into a little puppy. No, you wanted to talk over me because you wanted to figure out how much fame you can get from tonight. Then it turned into a little puppy. You got mad that I put you on blast, and I put your friend on blast. So you had to come in here and carry not only your balls but Zach's, and try to stick up for him and you, and then challenge me to a fucking match. So please understand this. One, before you come at me with your bootleg Kevin Owens show fucking banner.
Well, can I actually interrupt you because he is here live, the Zach Attack himself. He's about to come on here. And he would like to address you. He's certainly very much entitled to the floor, because just if we gave C2K and you the floor, I'd like to bring the one and only Zach Attack on. So let me remove this and so we can put him on the screen. The one and only Zach freaking Attack. Zach, you were live on Sportswire Radio. Nice to meet you. I wish it was on a better circumstance maybe, but I would like to bring you up here. And if you'd like to speak, the floor is yours. And do you have your camera on? We'd like to see you.
I'm not going to turn my camera on. Anthony, you need to shut your fucking mouth. You need to keep your fucking mouth shut up. Man, I'm tired of fucking bullshit, bro. So stop. I am tired of it, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Or what?
I swear to God, bro. Stop fucking exposing, bro. Stop spreading fucking.
Your minute is exposing you. You understand, bro.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit.
I am done with this bullshit, bro.
You're obviously not.
Fucking say and get the fuck up here. I'm tired of fucking shit.
You're not over it when you.
Shut the fuck up.
You're messaging people. You're not over it, homie. That's why you're getting put out in front of.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's see. 23 people are watching.
35 actually, because we're on Twitter also. 37.
35 people are watching.
I'm gonna say what they're fucking saying. Get the fuck off here, because I'm done with your shit, bro. Shut your fucking mouth.
Show your face.
Shut the fuck up.
Show your face. Pussy.
No, I'm not showing my fucking face because you're gonna see what the fuck I live.
You're all up in those comments saying, "Oh, come to Jersey, see what happens." See what happens. What? You gonna call the cops too?
Mm-hmm. We got people that call fucking bitch
Shut
ass.
the fuck up, you dumb piece of shit!
Yeah, shut the fuck up,
Pedophile looking ass motherfucker!
bitch. No, shut the fuck you, bitch ass. Bitch.
Wee.
I mean, that was really unfortunate. I mean, that was.
Wow.
Oh fuck!
I actually do feel like I've become Jerry Springer. I've become Maury Povich. Maybe I've become Ricky Lake. And was it Jenny Jones? It was back in the day. I used to watch all those shows growing up in Brooklyn. And now they always said I could be a talk show host. And now I really am. Speaking to people on his show, it's Omen Black. And Omen, I don't know what to say. I mean,
Is there anything to say? Jesus Christ.
I was expecting at least, a civil discussion, and all it was is basically blah, 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 and that was it. I mean, what was the point of it? At least put the camera on. I mean, Zach, I like you.
He won't.
Put the camera on. These guys, come on.
I'm holding the camera
CPK was here, and he was
fucked up
honest.
arm.
Yeah, it's tough. That was unfortunate. I all I can say is I can hope and pray for people.
He's gonna.
Hold on.
I don't even want to say it.
No comment. You know what? I just want to say no comment. I hope for the best.
No, that's the one time I'll say no comment, please.
Well,
let me find this voice message real quick.
Which one is this now? Is this the Zach Attack?
Where he admitted to raping the girl.
Play it on the screen. People want to hear it. Let's be honest. There's 30 people right now on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and they actually want to hear this. So tell us what you'd like to share, Anthony.
I gotta find it because it was roasting the fuck out of this girl.
And by the way, how is the injury? I know obviously we're struggling still with that. And how you feeling with the injury? Hopefully you're feeling a little bit better after hearing these show tonight.
Hold on.
I go to the doctor Friday.
Well, we're going to certainly give you, certainly a sign of the cross, and obviously, have you in our prayers, and hopefully, you won't have an experience like tonight's show.
If Thursday night is like this,
well, maybe some of the people, actually, if you're here for the first time on Sportswire, you better be here at 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, because the IMF's got a big show coming up, and they're going to bring more drama and actually action in the ring at the St. Patrick's Day Massacre. And if you aren't here, clearly you should be here. And if you're here for the first time, hit that sub button to us on YouTube at Sportswire Radio 6579, and make sure you tune in next Sunday when Anthony's here to be inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. So, I mean, there's a lot of big shows ahead.
I've been there twice, but I'm just saying.
We might be here you might be inducted 3 times, like in a month from now. Probably.
You know what? Anthony should be inducted twice for this fucking night. Jesus Christ.
We gave him a day today. I can't induct him without inducting him. I gave him a day. I mean, I gave him a day. He should get a day for boosting the viewership. I mean, certainly, he did boost the viewership.
So, hold on. I found it. So basically, I messaged him.
Oh, I gotta turn this up.
Hold on. Me and my best friend Bree were messaging him, and the message states, hold on. Does your girl know Zach is a rapist, right? Or did he forget to tell you? The underage girl in the woods. I got family that are officers. Maybe I should get them involved. Want to play? Let's fucking play, motherfuckers. And then he sends this.
We can't do shit.
He said, she said situation, homie. He said, she said when you just admitted it. Hey, Sportswire Radio, do you want more proof? Did y'all hear that? Or do you need me?
I unfortunately heard it.
Want to play it one more time for the audience? That they want to hear it again. Go ahead.
Everyone mute real quick, just in case the background.
I'll go mute.
Like I said, that was years and years ago. So they can't do shit.
He said, she said situation.
So,
well, I mean, that's, hearing that a second time, And I'm really trying as hard as I can to be impartial because I happen to like Zach. At least I have no ill will toward him. But that's very unfortunate. And just again, as somebody that, and again, I state this: I took law and I took criminal justice for 2 years. That was the path that people thought I would actually go into, but I look like this. So I don't want to do that. But I mean, the point is that, that's very, very serious what we just heard on Sportswire. Very serious.
Way to go, Anthony. You're fucking coming on Sportswire. You're fucking stir the pot so bad. Some dude is fucking crying right now.
That's not even the best part, because now we're getting to the grand finale, Mr. Roman Black. The grand finale, Mr. Mason Black.
I have no comment on.
No, we should have a comment.
I'm with Darkron, by the way. Holy hell, wow. What you just what you just played though, and I'm with Darkron because you're kind of like, how can I put it, digesting it a second time. And you kind of like the first time it doesn't sink in, but the second time, you're hearing it and it sinks in. That's serious what you played. That's very, again, I'm trying to be as very impartial as I can because I don't have any.
You can't fake it because that sounded just like the guys yell, "Shut the fuck up, Anthony! Shut the fuck up!"
Because it sounds like he knows something that, happened. And again, I'm trying to be as very impartial as I can because I don't have anything against Zach Attack. I don't really know him. He's messaged me on Facebook. I haven't been get a chance to bring him on. Nothing personal. But when you play something like that, they use the term damning. That's damning allegations. That's damning, evidence. That's just all I could really say.
See, the reason why he didn't come and show his camera because he didn't want to show the shit stains that Anthony was talking about either.
Oh God. I can only imagine what that would be like in the ring, but that's here nor there. I mean, Anthony, I know you wanted to address somebody that really shouldn't have a last name in Black. Oh, you want something else?
Give me a second. Let me make this phone call. Hey, how you doing? You are live on Sportswire Radio.
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
This is Bree, or as people from NGJPW fan base, that's GM Bree.
How you doing?
Manager of the Danger Club.
I can't wait. I'm using my good arm to hold my phone, but
I'll do it for you, Omen. Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for making my show interesting.
So Zach came on here.
Of course.
Anthony, you're on a live show on the phone.
Yeah, let's go. Hey guys, this is Bree, GM Bree. Go show y'all's respect on NGJPW on YouTube.
How you doing, Bree? An honor to be with you on Sportswire. I know it's certainly not planned, but nice to meet you for the first time.
So basically, I put it out that he was a pedophile and that he admitted to raping a girl in 2016.
Well, right.
And I played the voice message that he sent to you, acknowledging that it happened so long ago, and then his girl pipes up in the background after him saying nothing can happen, where she said it's he said, she said shit. So now he's getting exposed. And I just thought I'd call you. That way you could tell the world that this isn't a lie, that you were there, that he said it to you. He said it to me. So it wasn't just he said, she said shit. When he said it to both of them.
Hands off each other, but Patty and I made a deal, and what happened? No hanky.
See, that's the crazy thing with Zach is when it all happened, obviously everyone kept it in the dark. But me and Zach got into an argument, and then I brought it up to him, and he kept saying how nothing could be done because it was so long ago. But where he plays at, there's no time limit that you can access the invitation like this to record it. And so he was not thinking obviously and set it in a voice recording, and so I forwarded the voice recording so it couldn't be deleted. And every time I brought it up, he would just say, well, nothing can happen to me. Like, nothing can be done. Nobody's going to do anything to me. So, I mean, he flat out admitted it, even though we all knew already. But I definitely got the confirmation from him himself on a voice recording. Now, mind you, we were texting, so he himself decided to send a voice recording. But he definitely did admit it on his own behalf, on his own terms. You know, he got all hyped up and upset about me saying something about it, and so he tried to justify it when really he just confirmed it.
Thank you so very much. You are now known on Sportswire. But I just thought I'd get a secondhand, word on it. That way, no one can try to say, well, I mean, was it really said? Well, now the world knows it was not only said to me, but it was also said to Bree. So thank you. You continue with your night. Much love, and I'll holler at you.
Have a good night. Nice to meet you.
Well, there you go.
Fuck.
There you go. There you go. I mean, what more? And I mean this like dead ass. And this really isn't to y'all. This is to the chat that is actively watching this. What more do I need to prove to verify the claims that I've brought against Zach?
I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody was calling you a liar.
Like y'all, and this is my direct message. T2K, you say that my career's over, that I'm fucked. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, he's in Triple W, so he ain't going nowhere. So,
ladies and gentlemen of Sportswire Radio, IMF, XCW, PBW, Resurrection, ROEW, Triple W, WC, whatever brand that you guys have. If y'all are willing to work with that, I promise you, I will never work for your company. And I highly doubt that a lot of these people watching will ever work for your company again.
Well, I can say with certainty, I don't think Fletch was looking at Zack Attack anyway. I mean, I can pretty much. I think I could speak for Fletch on that one. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that the TBW guys were going to vouch for Fletch. I mean, for Zack Attack anyway. I'm pretty confident on that one.
Well, they're both in a company called Triple W with the Silver Wolf and Adonis Filio. So easy to say they're not going anywhere. But.
So let's talk about it. Mason Black. Let's which do I talk about first? Omen, your match with him or the message I got?
Dude, what match? Never happened.
We're going to talk about how he thought it was funny to smack you in a match that has not been aired because you're so fucking dog shit that you smacked him in the face.
For the first time with 100% certainty, that sounds exactly like the match I heard about like 9 months ago. Anthony, I gotta say, actually, you're 100% on the money.
Never happened, guys.
Omen Black, open palm, bare hand, smack the shit out you, and you go crawl to the corner of a ring and tell him in a match that you don't want to fucking continue to compete. Because you just got bitch smacked, and Omen looks at you dead in his face, which I'm gonna say it is still the funniest shit I've heard all day, Omen. Where you looked at him and said, "That's how you slap, bitch." Look, I'm gonna say
the thing never happened. People make
don't fucking lie now. Don't fucking lie.
Anthony, I actually want to say this is exactly the same thing I heard about like 9 months ago, Anthony. I gotta say.
Period. So now let's go on to the fact of you sending me a message. Let me pull that up.
Uh-oh.
All right.
At the very least, Mason Black should maybe change the last name to Black. Maybe that would help.
Bulletproof Brandon Wolf.
Mm.
JCW owner who wants to put a horribly photoshopped picture of me.
It's grade A.
That is grade F. That stands for fucking failure. I'll give it a double F.
He means fantastic.
Nah. Hey, Mr. Anthony Squill, original. Congratulations.
I
Just
should
wanted
use
to let you know.
that.
Just wanted to let you know. You're a pathetic joke. I saw how embarrassed everyone is on Tom Bryce show and the podcast you appeared on. I couldn't blame Tom and everyone for that. You spit game, talk a ton of shit. I've seen it. That's all right. Say what you will. But let it be known, watch your mouth if you want to make it to Backyard Brawlers.
Oh my god, I
You
can't.
also better get your sorry lame ass here as well, because if you show up to Backyard Brawl, I promise you'll never make it out under your own power. You think I'm playing, dude? Just wait. Watch and see. I guarantee you, I'll make you way more famous and embarrassment, far much worse. Then I'll go ahead with my. I hope you were trying to say with my day because you're a horrible player. And
What is with all these people that can't spell? I mean, at least spell right. These
They're in
guys,
Racine, Wisconsin.
So I
There's
advise
something
you
in
to
the
check
water
yourself.
there.
I advise you to check yourself before you say or threaten anybody else. Thank you and good day to you. And then you block me like a pussy. Then you block me like a fucking
All
pussy.
right, let me ask you one question. Do you think legitimately that Mason Black has ever watched you in the ring?
Probably not.
That's probably why he
You
continues
know what? I want to
challenge
say
you.
it's this, and I know for a fact it's this. He was being told that you're bullying a certain person with a letter Z in their name. I'm not going to name names.
It's not bullying. It's called spitting facts.
I know that, but guys in Wisconsin don't know what long storytelling is or what the truth is. But anyways.
So let it be known, Mason Black. One, this is to anybody in Triple W. You work with Zack Attack? Yeah, I will never appear on your product. Never in a fucking million years will I appear on your product. Number two, before you come talking to me, as I said earlier, WCE has very, very, very short amount of people that actually know what the art of professional wrestling is. So for you to get kicked out of WCE is the saddest mark in the fucking world. Because also,
By the way, I'm wearing Sean Jovi's shirt, by the way, and I want to give him
shout out to Sean Jovi. Shout out to fucking Sean Jovi.
I got a big shout out because I promised I'd open the shirt because I think it's a shirt of somebody else that's in WC. I have to open the shirt.
Don't tell me it's a Craven Raid shirt or I'm going to get off of here right now.
No, not so fast.
Is it a skull shirt?
No.
I'm right. Who the fuck is that? Oh.
Alright, I can talk about that. So before
Nicholas Benson.
I've never seen that shirt.
Mason Black.
I buy everybody's
dope.
shirt though.
Dope,
I try to
though, but-
support. Hey, Nicholas Cranston, thank you for the shirt.
It looks good.
Mason Black, Nick, fucking bulletproof Brandon Wolf, whatever you want to be called. Let it be fucking known.
And that's a ripoff to the name Bullet Bob Armstrong from the Armstrong family. How could you call yourself something with Bullet with the Armstrong family with their name? I mean, you got to change the name after that.
How could you call yourself Loose Cannon? Oh, wrong person, but
Didn't he fake a cancer or something like that to not get out of the match?
You know, I want to say something about him.
Go for it. Yes, thank you, Nicholas.
I want to say this. I was recently helping, unfortunately, behind the scenes for Triple W as an advisor. Like they want to come with me ideas. I tell them.
What are you like, the Paul Heyman of the Triple W now?
No. Oh, hold on. I was helping them like, oh, what is this a good idea? I most of the time I'd be like, no, that's a horrible idea. Don't do that. I got fired from that position because of Loose Cannon, and Loose Cannon is more valuable than the opinions I have.
Well, let me get this straight. Haven't you sold out of like a 400-seat venue?
Yeah, I've had great matches with guys like Anthony Steele, Damian Saint, Matthew Forsaken, Dark Cron, Soldier GP,
Justin Parsley, Rob Slater. Yeah. I mean,
Jason Storm. Oh wait, that hasn't happened yet.
Jason Storm, you could mention in there. Jackson Law.
Had several great rivalries. I've had a lot of great matches. I have people across the pond who want to wrestle me
Oh, I know who that person is. But to me, you've been in a 400-seat venue and sold it out like 4 times already. I mean, from a business standpoint, you know how to sell tickets. So
I don't know what I'm talking about, though.
What gives? I don't understand this.
Loose Cannon knows everything. He's convinced this group of idiots that Wrestling Open, you know, the company in Worcester, Massachusetts, Wrestling Open, the same company who has Max Caster come in and wrestle for them, that he works for them and he's a sponsor for them. And these stupid idiots actually believe this. Think they're going to make it on Wrestling Open with guys like The Acclaimed, with guys like Fuego del Sol. No!
That sounds to me more like alternate reality than some of the things I've heard tonight, crazy as that sounds.
Omen.
I don't know. That Zack Attack show is pretty wild, but...
Omen.
Oh, well, I'm sure the next one's going to be really one for the ages.
Let's get on a happy topic. May 18th.
May 18th, okay.
Rage in the Cage.
If you're gonna ask about Loose Cannon, I'm gonna fucking hang out.
Are you wrestling C2K there in the Buried Alive match?
No.
I challenge Soldier GP.
Wait. May 18th. You just do what?
May 18th. I challenge Soldier GP to Rage in a Cage.
Are you telling us that you want to return to the IMF?
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Wow. I mean, I didn't expect that after everything I've heard tonight. I've heard a lot. But you want back in the IMF, huh?
I mean, I would love for Mr. Soldier to get on.
You see, the thing is, Tom, what you just said, he would love to come back to IMF because his first time, what happened?
About a year ago today,
I beat Jordan Ness to beat you for the world title. Hey, I beat Jordan Ness to beat you for the world title. And then, because of Soldier
I beat Jordan too, beat me for the world title. It doesn't mean anything.
I mean, in statistics, I beat a dude that beat you for a world championship.
So, and with your logic, I beat a guy who beat James Taylor. I could beat him.
Well, speaking of which, I'm surprised James Taylor isn't here. I usually would have thought by now James Taylor would have been here.
You know
what? I beat a guy who trained Zack Attack. That means something.
That's true. I hadn't thought it that way. Hadn't thought about it that way.
6 times. I've trained that motherfucker 6 times.
How do you? Now, I don't know anything about this. But
no,
I don't know anything about this. Can I ask you, how do you train someone 6 times?
Because every time
they don't listen.
He did not learn a damn thing.
So didn't you think by the 3rd or 4th time it wasn't going to work?
I tried.
Hey, I can answer that, Anthony. Don't worry. Money is money.
Oh, dude.
And James Taylor said he's here the whole time. Well, I actually sent James Taylor the link like an hour ago, so I just thought he would have been on Sportswire. That's all.
But I want to say this. You want to challenge Soldier GP? I love that idea.
You do?
I do.
Really?
To see as though the last time at Rage in the Cage, you were scheduled to wrestle a certain someone. You didn't show up. Luckily, he didn't show up either.
Hey, I showed up. I didn't show up due to car problems. He showed up to being scared.
Let's hope you don't have car problems this time.
How's the car these days, by the way?
The car's running great.
Is it the same car?
No.
Oh, that's very nice of you. Got a new car.
That's why it's running great, because it's not the same car.
And speaking of people, there are more guests that want to come on. I promise you that this one has his camera on.
Is it C2K?
It could be TBK. No, it's not TBK. We love
Oh, fuck, that's good too.
I would take TBK to come on, but we actually no. Speaking of which, the bat signal came on, and hi. You want to tell us who you are?
I don't need no introduction.
He's definitely not Zack Attack.
He got his camera on.
You're not Loose Cannon. You're not Mason Black.
He has his camera on.
Hold on. Is this what I'm supposed to do?
Hold on, I got you, James.
Mm-hmm. There you
I
go.
can't do this.
Pulsing
Can't do it.
pulse.
Mine has my picture, so.
Hey, Omen. Shut the fuck up!
If if I would close my eyes, I would have thought that was Zach Attack.
So, hello, how's it going? This has been a crazy night, hasn't it?
I gotta say, James, I've been saying it the whole night. I feel like I've become like Jerry Springer, Maury Povich, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Montel Williams.
But
Yeah,
James,
maybe that's my calling.
did you see how many viewers I had in here? You know how you said no one else could be that fucking hype?
Tom, I'm gonna get you a raise for this shit.
Oh, sorry, I'm late. I was so busy asleep. I literally forgot about this weirdo.
There is Brandon Wolf.
Already
the truth teller.
Yes, I'm nervous to call out Soldier GP. LOL. Homie, you were just here? Literally half an hour ago. You've been here this whole time. So it's funny how you try to make a mockery out of me on your YouTube page with only 12 subscribers. So only 12 motherfuckers give a shit about you, and it's probably your fucking roster. But let it be known. You don't have the balls to come up here and say it to my face. You don't have the balls to fucking not block me to where I can say something in response. And you definitely don't have the balls if I actually did show the fuck up to say any goddamn thing to my face.
Would you like me to invite him onto Sportswire now?
Dude, invite him, please.
Is there a way? I mean, I'd be happy to message him if there's a way.
Mason Black up here on.
Well, if he wants the link, I mean, if he wants the link,
I think I could do it.
Please.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. If somebody has the link, they want to give it to Mason Black. They're welcome to bring it to him. I don't know.
Bang, bang, bang club. Hey, we're part of the Bang Bang Gang tonight. What are you talking about? Here, look, since everyone's stealing gimmick infringements, can I be? Hold on, let me see. Can I be like Kenny Omega or Jay White?
You'd be anything you want.
Let me go get the tattoo. Let me get the tattoo of the old school microphone, and then I can be.
All right, it's sent. But...
I could be Enzo. But no. James, I did give you props. You said you've been here all night, but if you don't, I did give you props about how everyone shits on you for being a quote unquote Stone Cold and Triple H ripoff. But then I really fucking analyzed and spit out everybody who mimics somebody. Like, here's the one thing I will say. There's a difference between a ripoff, 100% ripoff, stealing their gimmick name, stealing all their moves, stealing their intro, and someone inspired by someone who uses some of their moves. You'd be trying to make yourself relevant, but you're obviously not, dude. Get over it. Can you bring over almost 30 fucking viewers just alone on YouTube on Sports?
I can. I mean, I'll shut up.
Hold on. Can you travel around the world and fucking actually be relevant in companies? Can you actually wrestle? No. All the answers there are no. That's the sad thing. Here's the funny thing. I can take a slap from fucking Omen Black and smack him dead in his fucking face.
It didn't happen. God, why did no one believe me?
I popped Anthony in his lip and busted it by accident in the middle of our match, and he took it like a champ.
Homie, there's a difference between make believe and for real.
And by the way, yes, and I want to give my condolences, obviously, to everybody impacted by that. I saw a lot of people posting on Facebook about that.
Dude, I love. Hey, James, I know you know who that is. I know who that is. I love her so much. I really fucking do.
That's my other half, so watch it.
I said it to him.
Hello. She's fucking great. But Mason Black, you have the fucking invite. You have the invite.
Yeah, I mean, we only got so much more time on Sportswire. I mean, if Mason Black wants to introduce himself, yes, James.
So since he only has so much more time, Anthony, let me add a little more fuel to your fire real quick to give you something to go off of. I'm only going to say this.
No, it's you, James Keller. I hope you'll do like a cooking session.
Yeah, there you go. I might make a steak after this. But when I'm done,
you're a first-class ass kisser.
I'm kissing Omen's ass. No, it's called paying respect. I wrestled this dude. Omen doesn't like you. If Omen didn't like me, he wouldn't work with me. Let that be known. If Omen didn't like
Hey, why am I being brought into this?
Hold on. Let it be known. If Omen didn't like me, we wouldn't have actual phone calls outside of this where he invites me to other shows. Let's say if Omen didn't like me, he would have never been on.
Ta-da!
As a whole, and IMF, because now we have Soldier GP. If Omen didn't like me, do you really think that IMF would allow Anthony Steele back? No. So again, it ain't about me being relevant or trying to get relevant, because I'm already there. I'm right there, and like all egos aside, all character work aside, I'm probably hands down top fucking 3 backyard wrestlers of the modern era. 110%. I'm original. I'm crisp in my fucking wrestling aspect, and I know how to fucking talk on a mic. So, do you have originality? No. Are you crisp in ring? Fuck no. And can you cut a promo? Homely, I haven't even seen it, and I probably bet you that the first thing that's going to come out of your mouth is something either about my hair, my teeth, my eyes, or how much fucking weight I have on me. You talk great behind the screen, kid. Yep, you're a relevant jackass. Stop lying, bitch.
So why don't you bring your sorry, rotten, pathetic ass on here and talk shit to Anthony to his face?
Look,
that would actually be fun. I have to say, after
what's the term? What's the term that you use? What's the term that GP used? Keyboard warrior.
Yes, keyboard warriors. Yes, we spoke about this, Anthony, yesterday off the air. Keyboard warriors.
Keyboard fucking warrior. But on to more relevant news, because I'm gonna tell you, since this is my podcast with you guys, and unless it's him coming onto the fucking
hold on. Let me say something first. Omi, you're my boy. We're partners and all, but that happened.
It didn't happen. I don't know why everyone keeps saying that.
I watched that match with my own eyes live.
You're
sitting in my backyard. I watched it live.
Because I feel like I watched that same match too. I feel like somebody actually sent me that match 9 months ago almost. That's funny. I heard that.
No one watched it.
I don't know about that.
It didn't happen.
If he ain't hopping on Sportswire, don't post any of his comments.
Okay, so I tell you what, we're gonna Mason Black. Unless you come on Sportswire,
you're irrelevant.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get down to business.
Now that he's here, like talk face to face. May 18th. May 18th, Soldier. Let me do. Hey guys in the comments who's watching, let me do some character work. Since James won't come fight you because he's I guess scared of you, I'll fight you in Rage in the Cage.
Can I say what I was gonna say real quick?
I did call out both of y'all just the other day.
Let me say something because of what you said
You
earlier.
gonna ask him who has a better stunner?
Oh, Minnesota, 1 second. This before we get to y'all. Hang on. Earlier, you were talking shit to Max Chaos. Let me just go ahead and throw some shit into this truth because this is funny. So, Anthony talks his trash on him. I get a message from Chaos telling me I'm a fucking scumbag just because I was just talking. I said nothing wrong. Anthony's shooting the shit. He's throwing the shit in the fire. Here it is. And because of that, I was told that I gotta bring this up now and get it off my chest. It'll make me feel better. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it. I was told that if I was to continue to associate with Anthony Steele because we pitched the idea of us having our last match where it all started, which would only make sense because a lot of fans want to see that. A lot of guys want to see that in the backyard world. I was told, kid you not, if I was to associate with Anthony anymore, then my services were no longer welcomed or needed in TBW, and they would be done with me, period. So because of that, they told me that, and I just think that's pretty pathetic and funny. So, hey, you know what? I really am truly 100% free agent. It is what it is. But that just shows you the kind of shit that a company. I like a lot of the guys there, but there's the motherfuckers don't know how to book a damn show if it saved their damn life, period. And You give them ideas from experience because I've been in the business a long time, on and off, 25 years. Sounds like a long time. I'm an old man. I get the jokes. I get it. But, I mean, it's called experience, just like at a job. I know what the fuck I'm doing. I know how to book a show. I know how to write stories. I know how to tell stories. I know how to do ring work. I know how to do it all. And then when you pitch an idea, they just say, we're not gonna work with you because we don't care what you got to say. We don't care what kind of experience you got. We don't care what you can bring to the table. We don't care how many followers you got. It's our show. We're gonna do what we want. Okay, respect to you. You have it your way, but continue being the parody and the laughing stock that you fucking are.
So, and then Anthony and just Taylor having a summer bash. Yay!
You know what? Fuck it. I'll lay out the challenge. Same fucking challenge. July. I'll say we'll make it 6th. We'll make it July 6th. So that way people don't see it on night 1. July 6th, James, me and you, 3 stages of hell at Summer Bash. Ohio.
3 stages of hell.
3 stages of hell.
Hey James, the only thing I got out of that whole entire talk was you're a free agent, right?
Yes, sir.
You said you're a free agent?
I'm a free agent, yes, sir. So that means I
Hey,
guess
you
whatever
made some
company was the
about
company
me.
with the offer, I guess we'd have to think about it and go from there.
I'm looking for somebody to fight April 6th. Or
April 5th. You gotta change the date.
I'm just saying, April 5th.
No, that match will happen eventually.
You want to see who has a better stunner? April 5th, me and you.
Yeah, stunner versus stunner. I got your comment. You didn't like what I said on the Nemesis sessions a couple of days ago. I completely understand and respect that. It was just a personal question that I wanted to ask Mr. Crenson because he wanted to know. And I wanted to know, so I was just curious what his opinion was. And I noticed that you noticed that question. And, I mean, I guess a lot of the wrestling world would like to know in the backyard scene. Is it Soldier GP stunner or is it James Taylor stunner? Stunner versus stunner. Probably the first ever in the backyard.
I got a mean one.
Would you
So don't even fucking leave me out.
Hey,
Would you come wrestle me April 5th?
You got that mean ass boss man slam, okay?
Hey, I'll give you a shot. April 5th. And we'll see who have a better stunner. And then I'm gonna go on to Rage in the Cage, and I'm gonna beat Anthony Steele, apparently, because he wants a shot at me in the cage. I've been waiting for these matches for like the last year. Listen to Anthony run his mouth about what he's gonna do to me. Blah 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 blah. Now it's gonna happen.
Well, this is more serious. Well, Anthony, when you talk Soldier, that's far more serious than when you've brought up, some of the other names tonight. When you talk about Soldier and what he just did to Tommy the Man Merriman, a man you worked with in XCW, Soldier, I mean, this is not, again, some of the names you mentioned tonight and, some of the individuals that have commented, with 3 initials that they work for, not DKW, whatever the K stands for. But, certainly Anthony Soldier is here. And again, he's definitely been one of the more impressive world champions in the entire sport. So hopefully you enjoy that. Whatever you're eating. What are you eating, actually, as a matter of fact?
So hold on, before you jump the gun, and while he's chewing his quesadilla, what it looks like. Soldier, you instantly assume that 2 things. 1, if I accept your challenge and I show up, you already think you're going to beat me and go straight for Steele? That's what you think. You think that would happen? You think you'd beat me right in the middle of the ring, 1, 2, 3.
I issue the challenge. I issue the challenge.
Well, whenever you decide to get off your Walgreens Wi-Fi and actually say something, I'll listen to you. I can't hear you.
Look at that.
You figure for a world champion, you can afford better internet. Now,
what's wrong with Walgreens?
We've cooked big before.
What's wrong with Walgreens is what we'd like to know. And by the way, we want to say hello to Mr. Levi McDaniel. We love Levi McDaniel here. And by the way, he's got a great YouTube channel.
April 5th, man. Show
Go
up.
out there and support him.
April 5th. And that'd be a hell of a birthday. April 25th is my 40th birthday. 40 years on this planet.
Well, you know what, James Taylor? We're going to celebrate your birthday live on Sportswire, only if
All
you
right,
want
so
to.
if your birthday present. Your birthday present. I whoop your ass April 5th.
Happy birthday.
You just go straight up with my ass.
I don't want it.
You don't have to put no title on the line. It just be me beating the hell out of you.
I'll give you 40 ass whoopings. 40 ass whoopings. Show up.
Oh, Anthony, what did you think about what I said? About that bullshit with TBW.
And you're going to have to pay, actually, a special certain someone for Nemesis.
That's my talent relations manager.
All right, what's the price? What's the price?
Is it Jimmy Controversy's price of $250 a match?
A case of what's Steve Austin's IPA? That.
IPA.
And I'd like to say hello. I'd like to give a big shout out to my buddy, Mr. Ace Reed of the Wired Up podcast, by the way. I mean, certainly
I gotta say this though. Steele, Taylor, Summer Bash 3 or Summer Bash, awesome. Soul GP versus Steele, awesome. Soul GP versus Taylor, awesome. But Steele, don't forget, you challenged me at Summer Bash as well.
Yeah, I gotta say one thing before you leave, Omen. I don't know if you're about to leave or what, but you said something earlier before I came on. You said, "Hey, I beat you, Steele. I could say that I beat somebody who's beat James Taylor, so
You're
I know
paraphrasing
I can beat him."
a bit, but yeah, I said with this logic.
It took you and Soldier to beat Steele when I did it by myself, single-handedly.
Thank you!
Hey, that's all right. You know why?
Thank you!
Foundation rolls together like you and Steele roll together. But it's funny, Taylor.
That'd be a hell of a tag team match right there. It'd be a hell of a tag team match right there.
I mean, we've worked together before. We know what each other do in the ring. Do you guys ever work together?
No. I'm sorry. I'm 100% cutting you the fuck off. Hey, look, I'm gonna be 100 fucking percent.
Listen, you can cut off.
No.
But you ain't cutting me
This ain't
off.
you. This ain't about you.
Show.
No, this is about a comment. This is about a comment.
Which one?
Do not fucking show it, because, dude, I'm gonna tell you this right the fuck now, homie. 100%. You ain't fucking tough, dude. And now if you want to bring my dead ass fucking relatives in this, I promise you, dude. I promise you. There's a bunch of fucking t-shirt makers that are willing to put faces on fucking t-shirts. Don't talk about my dead family. Don't ever bring them up in your fucking mouth or on a fucking keyboard ever the fucking again. I promise you. Because you and all your fucking buddies up in fucking Wisconsin can really catch the fucking smoke. I'm not fucking playing. There's a line that you don't fucking draw. And if you want to talk about my dead fucking people, I promise you, dude, I'm going to make sure that your family wears your t-shirt, carries your fucking casket, and buries you 6 feet fucking under. Don't fucking do that bullshit.
Like G-Baby from Hardball. Remember that movie?
Wow. Certainly, we don't want anybody's dead relatives to be mentioned on sports, but we want to give our thoughts and prayers to anybody's dead relatives. That's really, want to move on from that. And I do want to give a shout out one more time to Mr. Ace Reed of the Wired Up podcast. Ace is one of our favorites. He just got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And I hear from a birdie that he's might be bringing on somebody that also has a last name of Black, but not Mason Black on his podcast. So I want to give Ace a big shout out because he is out there in Australia down under. So Ace, how you doing? And,
it ain't me, so.
Yeah, Ace he's a really good interviewer. He's done some great interviews, and maybe you guys would like to go on Ace's show anytime. He's definitely
don't message back. Next comment.
Okay. I don't know what else. I mean, I think Anthony was speaking about something. So Anthony, go ahead.
Soldier. Don't worry about James right now. Hard business. May 18th. Rage in the Cage. Main event. Because no offense, I ain't no show opener. I ain't no mid-carder. I'm the main fucking attraction. I'm the real fucking deal. Put your fucking money where your mouth is. Step inside Rage in the Cage. I'll be there. I'll make sure that I fucking get my car tuned up, oil changed, gas in the tank, brand new fucking tires, every fucking thing before I come make that goddamn drive. Me and you, May 18th, Rage in the Cage.
Can I make one statement before I get off? This is my closing thought.
Go ahead, Omen. It's your show. And we'll see you
I'll be
Thursday,
waiting.
maybe?
I'll be waiting.
So, my closing thought is, I think I said it last time on Sportswire, there's a certain champion in Ohio who been calling me out.
Oh!
And I want to issue a challenge.
Okay, go ahead.
April 6th, Omen Black versus Joe Stone. And, Stone, when you see this...
April 5th.
Thursday.
5th.
I'll be back Thursday. I want to answer Thursday.
All right, we'll see you Thursday. Go ahead. What do you want to say?
No, I just want that. Joe Stone, I'll be on Sportswire Thursday. I want an answer Thursday.
Okay. Well, it's your show, Omen. And Joe is a trivia question because he won the first match ever live streamed on Sportswire Radio. But this one may be a lot more tougher sledding for Joe. And we'll see what he has to say tomorrow technically now, because we're actually...
If anyone knows anything about Omen Black, God, I hate people named Joe.
Oh, well, you know what? We're going to certainly move off because my middle name is actually Joe. It's Joseph.
Not you.
I was like, my middle name is Joseph.
Shit like that.
It was a
but
joke.
anyways, Steele.
Feel better, Omen. We'll
Good
see you
Tap.
We'll see you
Always
tomorrow,
good to you.
actually. Okay, well, see you tomorrow, Omen. It's your show. There he was, Omen Black, our first two-time Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer. We'll be back tomorrow. And anything else you gentlemen want to say, as a matter of fact, before we, I guess, say sayonara? No?
Hey, talk
It's
shit.
been an interesting damn podcast, that's for sure.
Well, Anthony, to be fair, did tell me actually before we went on the air. He's like, he's like, this is the exact words, Anthony. Now, I'm pretty sure I can paraphrase. I think these words you'll be confident in me kind of saying, yeah, you did say that. Anthony actually said before we went on the air, he's like, they're going to remember this one on Sportswire for like years to come. And actually, he wasn't lying. I mean, listen, Anthony wasn't lying. I will say, Anthony, I've known you for a year now, and like 90% of the time or 100% of the time, depending on maybe a few semantics, when you say something, usually, I mean, there's a point to be made. There's a point to be made.
I think Anthony knows because me and him talked a lot about it, but it's sad. But the backyard industry is not all of it. Probably about 75% of the backyard industry is fucking toxic. It's sad. It's very sad, but it's toxic. And egos, huge egos.
It's very sad. It's, and it's very sad. It's, we wish that people would,
It's not what it used to be when I first started it. It was literally, hey, James, you want to go wrestle? That's what all backyard wrestlers did back in my time. It was like, hey, let's just go wrestle and have fun, beat the shit out of each other instead of going to the bar and getting messed up and doing something.
Well, you know what? And listen, what did I say as to why? Listen, people said, why bring Anthony on? But I said, you know what? He gave his life to this sport. Why shouldn't he? He's entitled to whatever he wants to say, whether you like it or not. And I think it's unfortunate. But the Soldier, I know obviously as we're getting ready to close the show, we're going to obviously see you technically tomorrow now with all the IMF guys. But anything else you want to say, Soldier? Anything else you want to say? It's on your mind?
I'll see you May 18th.
Okay. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, actually. But yeah, that was pretty good. But I don't know. But I guess hopefully we'll have as much fun maybe next Sunday when Anthony actually gets inducted into the Hall of Fame. Boy, really, I guess you gave a nice little prelude, though. You did say it was going to be a prelude to next Sunday. So, I mean,
it's about time, Anthony.
Well, we wanted to give people, the ability to kind of see you in action before you get inducted. And, I guess I don't think there's really much more else to say other than we're going to be back tomorrow, technically, with all of the IMF guys for the St. Patrick's Day Massacre. And, of course, yours truly is supporting the event. We're sponsoring it. I have bought a ticket, and I will probably buy another ticket. So if there's a lucky someone you'd like to go to the show, I'd like to be able to give you the opportunity to go, and I hope you join us. And I'm sure we'll have as much festivities as we did today or yesterday, technically now, with Mr. Anthony Steele. And I'm sure James Taylor is going to be with us this Sunday. I think we're calling somebody's match. I don't know. I don't know who it is at this point, but we call a match. So if anybody wants to come on Sportswire and they want me to call one of your matches that you've done, James and I call them, and maybe Anthony, if you're not doing anything.
Hold on, let me check my schedule. Give me a second.
All right, check your schedule.
I'm free. I'm free.
Okay, good news. So I guess then we'll have to be back on the air, and we'll call another one of maybe Anthony's matches. Maybe Anthony can tell us which one he'd like us to call, and I'll call the match. But definitely, if you're out, which one would you like? You know what? Before we go, which one would you like me to call?
Anthony Steele. I think it was Extreme King, XCW versus DJ Walbert in the trunk match.
Oh, I would love to do that because I just spoke to DJ literally, what's today or yesterday? Like yesterday, literally. So that would be great. You know what? You consider that done. DJ is a good friend of mine. One of my favorites outside of the ring in XCW. That's a good one. Consider it done.
And then after that, once May 18th comes around, after May 18th, we can cover Anthony Steele whooping Soldier GP's ass and taking that world title back to Tennessee.
Well, I don't know if Soldier necessarily agrees with that because Soldier's here right now and he's the champion. So I don't know if he would, want to agree with that. But especially after what he did to Tommy the Man Merriman. So I will say that he did beat Tommy Merriman.
Hey, don't look around, homie. I'm talking about you.
Well, I think, ladies and gentlemen, we've pretty much covered the gauntlet.
I'm looking for who the fuck you're talking about.
Well, there you go.
I just addressed it was you, motherfucker.
If you're on YouTube and you haven't got a chance to hit that sub button for us. Also, support the IMF, support James Taylor, support Anthony Steele. You can do that here very simply because I created a banner for him. So if you're on Instagram, check out that Instagram for him. And also,
a new shirt.
Oh, you know what? And I think I heard a birdie could be wearing that shirt as soon as this Thursday's stream on Sportswire Radio. So hopefully a little birdie gets that shirt in that mailbox, and yours truly, winking a nod, might have another shirt to wear to the wrestling wardrobe. So I'm praying that Thursday Night Live on Sportswire Radio, I'm going to be wearing a shirt that looks like the one that Mr. Champion has on, maybe from a wink and a nod. I'm looking forward to it. By the way, look at the beautiful design that is. What a nice design. But we'll have to see. I'm going to ignore some of these comments, but I do want to thank everybody for tuning in. And definitely, it was a Anthony Steele real deal like show tonight on Sportswire Radio. You can check him out on Instagram. Also want to make sure we plug our friends in the IMF because I have their banner there right there for us. So make sure you support them on all of their platforms. And also James Taylor, Taff _ Taylor out there. It is he's almost become kind of like my wingman on Sportswire. So I think at this point, James, maybe I should just turn over Sportswire to you rather than anybody else because, you've always got something funny to say. And, but until then, thank you very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely was one for the ages. I'm sure people will go back and roll back the tape on this one for like months ahead. So definitely you got a lot to listen to, a lot to watch, a lot maybe to learn, a lot to kind of figure out what just happened. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And I can't wait till Anthony Steele gets inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame coming up here next Sunday. But until then, I'll be back actually today with Napalm from Legendary Backyard Wrestling. Boy, he's got really tough shoes to fill tonight. Poor Napalm. He's got to basically follow up what Anthony Steele said. But actually, he's going to be at him. Oh, hi. How are you? Nice to see you. Obviously, the future stars are here. And
this is the youngest Hall of Famer. This is the Dark Father.
Oh, well, you know what? I got to let you.
Because all the House of Wolves got inducted.
I got to let you take over Sportswire Radio.
That is the Dark Father.
And Dark Father, we got to make sure you take over the platform because you're obviously, a lot smarter, a lot quicker, a lot better, and we need more viewers, so you can take over Sportswire. But everybody here know, and somebody would like to say nobody. Well, that's funny there. That's kind of funny, but I think I know who this is. But obviously, until then, Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Poor Napalm, you have to replace and fill these shoes, but we'll come back with the IMF tomorrow with, I'm sure, almost everybody on the St. Patrick's Day Massacre. And my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice of all wrestling, where all wrestling matters. Thank you, everybody, here for tuning in. Enjoy this one, because this will be one for the history books. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one, the global radio station that is Sportswire Radio. And yes, I agree. Don't talk about anybody's relatives or anybody's family. That certainly does, draw the line. And we're going to leave because I think this is enough with the individual.